ad for that Jean-Claude Van Damme movie that's coming out. It's so stupid.
Which one?
I don't know why.
Isn't it an Amazon Prime show, actually?
It's an Amazon Prime show. That's what it is, yeah. I will not be watching it.
What is it about?
I think it's like supposed to be like a comedy or
I
some
guess so,
dumb
because
shit
like I wasn't
that.
expecting the wielding.
The wielding? The what?
I think he cut out.
Muted my mic.
Oh, okay. Anyway. So,
Yeah.
who wants to show me your genitals? Your genitals. What?
What is that from?
Oh, it's from
From
a
the song "Show
thing
Me Your."
called "Show Me Your
Say
Genitals."
something, Gene?
What?
Say something, Gene.
Testing 1 2 3 4 5 testing.
I told you to say something,
No,
Gene.
I'm a rebel.
You bitch. You dirty bitch.
Just raise your mic volume a little bit more, and then we'll be good.
Cool. All right.
Or just move the mic closer to your face.
I'm not gonna do that. Anyway,
Silly girl.
All right, we're
we are live.
yeah. Apart from that, we are good to go. All right, so
Oh God, we're live.
Hey.
Tyranny is a broken god is supported by GameplayWare.com, DarkSilverForge.com, CognitiveMerchant.co.uk, and you can use the promo code B&B Tavern on GameplayWare and Dark Silverforge to get different benefits.
That felt very PBS.
And firm support from viewers like you. Thank you.
PBS kids.
The reading rainbow. Yeah.
Woo!
So
Welcome
last
back.
last time you guys did the thing.
Yeah,
and,
we did.
And that happened.
Yeah, we did.
So
We basically I think we just mucked about in a tavern for a whole session.
Essentially.
No.
Build character.
Character development.
building.
Thank you. There you go.
You guys ran off. See somebody's taking a private call. That's rude.
Someone tried
what?
to deliver me a second pizza.
I would have been like, sweet.
I mean, yeah, I think I have to agree with him there.
I mean,
I don't need to get even fatter.
Hey, second piece. That
you don't
sounds
know what you need sometimes until you find out that you need it.
If you eat a lot, you'll break into sweat and burn calories.
I don't think that's how that works.
My life is a lie. Anyway.
So back to not being jackasses. So last week you traveled from Khartoum to Cliffshold, almost getting in some sort of trouble along the way as you saw some strange flying creatures in the night while you were sleeping. They were looking for something. Maybe you, maybe not you. You don't know.
Because we rolled shit.
You saw them. They had high stealth rolls. Damn it. There we go. There's my dice tray. Then you went to Cliffshold. With the help of Ben Harp, you were brought in very quickly and easily, and put in the bar, which I don't have my book in front of me. I forget the name of it. Anyway, so after hanging out there, you guys just red leather, yellow leather. You guys
There you go.
found out a little bit of what's going on from the Manchesters. The Manchester Inn, that's the name of it. You guys found out a little bit from the Manchester family. Hung out, had a couple drinks, almost got in a fight with a half-orc, and went to bed. So, is there anything you guys want to do in the evening before going to bed?
No, I'm out.
I think we just went straight to bed, if I'm not
We
mistaken.
did. We
Shipment.
did.
Rogar
You
got shit
didn't
faced
even
from
yeah
that
you didn't
much.
even go to bed. You just like went
I
right on
passed
the
out on the floor.
Yeah, I brought
That's
you. a
right,
blanket,
you got
though.
shit-faced.
Passed the fuck out.
And then it was like two of us had to like bring you upstairs or something like that.
Two of you tried. He's huge.
Yeah, it's true.
And when
I
that
fall
didn't work,
asleep.
you gave up.
I fall asleep on Rogar in all his puke-covered glory.
Ew.
It's very uncomfortable, but I'm also very warm.
Leave no man behind.
You cuddle up next to Rogar.
Yes.
He will remember this.
My subconscious will. I won't.
Telltale D&D.
When you wake up in the morning, you might. Manchester Tavern, that's the name of it. Fuck. So, you guys have a relatively easy night. It's safe here.
That's never happened before.
What's your name? Fuck. I'll put the list away.
Safe.
Ben Harp.
Mhm.
Occasionally you wake up because you hear some trotting going on around outside,
Mhm.
whether it be of horses or people running around in chainmail armor.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's an easy night. Nobody goes in or out, per the guard's demands.
Mhm.
So, morning comes around. What do you guys do?
Does the tavern serve breakfast?
I mean, yes.
I'll go down and have breakfast.
And breakfast.
What are we supposed to give to the people who pass out at night? And then he gestures to your friend.
I'm just spread eagle on the floor.
Spread eagle, legs up or legs down?
Legs up. Legs up.
Probably something like milk or
No.
water. No,
Milk.
water and toast,
No
right?
milk for the sick people.
Right.
Rogar's gonna find
How about a
chamber
little
body,
hair
hold
of
it
the dog
close to
that
his
bit you?
chest.
That also sounds like a terrible idea.
Water. Just give them water and
Water
toast.
Crackers.
Mm.
Toast also helps as well.
Anything bland and terrible.
Bland.
Make
mean,
me
when-
regret it.
When you grow up in a monastery, pretty much everything is bland and terrible. So everything's a new experience for me. I've never puked as much in my life. It's god awful.
I'll have
He
another.
brings out.
I'll have another
I'm sorry?
drink.
Ben Harp, why did you do this to me? You didn't
Do you
stop me.
Do you have pancakes?
Do I
Make
have
some.
what? I'm sorry.
Do you have pancakes?
Pancakes. I mean, we could probably make some. Yes.
I would love some.
All right. Any other strange orders?
Pancakes are bizarre.
You guys want toast, plain water, and then pancakes, and then somebody else wants a beer.
I want death.
I'll take whatever you only make.
Do you
for
want a pork
breakfast.
chop?
Will it make me feel better?
I was not talking to you. I was talking to the lady.
Sure.
Would you like a pork chop just to round out this strange ensemble that I have to make this morning?
Make me whatever you want. Whatever you feel like.
That's a bad idea.
He goes, coming up. And then he
Okay.
walks in the back.
Okay, I got some milk with that. Okay, bye.
You hear nothing.
Okay.
Lorna walks downstairs. His wife. That was Lamar. You guys were talking Lamar. Lorna walks downstairs, rubbing the sleep from her eyes. And she says, good morning. And she walks directly back into the kitchen. Doesn't really say anything else to you guys.
Every time you say her name, I have to look around and I'm like, oh, that's not my name.
Is it busy right now, or is it like so early in the morning that it's like
There's nobody in here right now besides you.
okay?
And the half-orc who is sitting at the bar again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy's still homeless. Don't forget.
Oh
that.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I thought he left for the night or something.
Nope, homeless.
Still homeless.
Yeah. What? What?
There's also a curfew on the
Yeah,
town.
there's also you can't leave the fucking building that you're in
That's
without an escort, and you have no reason for an escort, and he has no reason to go home.
Because he doesn't have one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the most depressing thing ever.
Nah,
By
blacksmith.
the way,
man.
don't bring it up.
The
Don't-
blacksmith.
Don't
No.
break up the blacksmith.
No, don't bring up the homeless man and his homelessness.
Oh! You're
Don't
you're
talk
you're
about
telling
it.
as Ben Harp as this to us.
Yeah.
Like don't
'Cause I'm
mention
in
the guy
character.
without the home that he doesn't have a home.
I mean,
Don't-
maybe speak lower. He might be able to hear. Oh God.
Did you just
might
rip?
hear you? No, it was yeah.
That was delicious. I
What were you trying to say before you impolitely ricked?
That was part of it. The joke was don't speak so loudly. He might hear you and get like kind of pissed off because he's homeless.
I, as Ben Harp, walk outside and I take a look down the street towards the buildings that collapsed earlier to see if I could see anything though.
Okay. Roll me a perception check.
All right. Let's see here. That is a 17 without bonuses.
Okay. After bonuses.
1 second, sorry. Nope, just a 17, no bonus.
Okay. So you look out across the way, which isn't that far. I don't know if we're on the map right now or not.
I'll switch to it. There we go.
Okay. You look out over. No.
1 sec. Gotta zoom out a bit.
Damn it, man.
Where were you pointing?
Right now.
Still can't see it.
It's just
It's on the
go.
lake.
Yeah, it's not a lake.
It's on lake. It's whatever that is.
It's on the giant fucking hole, like the
Oh,
corner closest to the tavern.
Okay.
The chasm.
The chasm.
Yeah, that. Okay.
So about here.
Okay. Okay.
You look out there and you see some weird wooden what's it called? Like a contraption that looks like it crane. There we go.
Okay.
Fuck. It's like a makeshift crane that's held on the ground by a bunch of rocks and bags of presumably sand
Okay.
or something like that.
Yeah, to weigh it down.
The street is covered in dust more so than it was before because all the dust in the air has settled. You can see clear across the other side, and part of the wall on the other side is collapsed.
Oh, okay. That ain't good.
But that's all you can tell from where you're at. Looking, just if you're gonna step out the door and look.
Okay. Yeah, I head back inside. Just wanted to
Okay.
take a quick note.
Make sure to remind us all there's a giant hole outside.
It's
I mean, you
pronounced
knew.
chasm.
You did walk close enough to see a giant
Yeah, but
fucking
we
hole.
went to sleep. We might have forgotten.
No. Touche.
Someone did get really drunk.
Yeah,
I don't
rickety
trust it.
wrecked.
I don't trust their memory.
I remember puking and then passing out. It's not okay.
You ready for another drink? I say to him as I walk
Please,
back
no.
in.
No, please.
I put my arm around him.
You
Get
son
up,
of a bitch.
please.
No.
We're going
All
day
right.
drinking.
What is it about this town that makes you such a troublemaker?
I'm just having fun.
This town.
This town.
So, about 10 or so minutes goes by. Comes back with your pancakes. It's not made with like any type of normal dough. It's made with like a bread dough, so it's super bland. It gives you some butter for it. He comes out with the toast for Rogar and a pitcher of water. Ben Harp, you ordered another drink. You already got that.
All right.
Did you want to order? I forgot to ask. Did you want to order anything to eat?
Yeah, I will have eggs and toast.
You receive your eggs and toast.
All right.
and then Hestia, you
Yes.
get a bowl of oatmeal.
I'm okay with that.
I will have eggs and toast with cobalt
It
bacon.
is cooked. It's cooked with elven wine. Like it's delicious. It's like a fruity oatmeal, but it's kind of alcoholic.
You know what? I'm not the one that was drunk last night. That's fine.
All right, day drinking. I found my next drinking buddy.
Lamar says, "Let me know how that is. It's my first time trying it.
Should I? Does he have to roll for good cooking, or do I have to roll for like constitution?
You have to tell me a high or low.
Low.
Low. All right, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's gonna suck.
Merry Christmas.
You filthy animal.
7,
7.
8.
You
Eight.
start retching. You just and Lamar's like, "Come on, is it that bad? Jesus." It tastes like it tastes like oatmeal and like vinegar. Like
Can
it's
I
fucking awful.
can I just grab it? And
How
be, and be
British.
like, can I just grab it and be like, "Oh, come on, it can't be that bad." And I'll just chug it like back down it.
All right, Constitution
funny.
saving throw.
All right,
She made fun of me for getting drunk.
3.
Probably that might have been one of you. I don't know.
3.
Odd.
3. You get about halfway through the bowl, and then you violently throw up. It is the most awful thing you have ever tasted.
I look at Hestia. Oh, come on, it can't be that bad.
I'm gonna take a bite of it.
You throw back up into the bowl a little bit, and it looks exactly the same.
I look up from the bowl at Rogar and I just motion it towards him. I just slide it towards
Okay.
Rogar's getting a spoonful from the non-regurgitated side.
No, like the regurgitated
in there.
part is like just a thick layer on top. He
Oh,
drank
God.
like half of it. It's like a soupy like oatmeal. It's not like a
This is
thick.
gross.
Are you still gonna take a spoonful of it?
Can I do a high or low?
I mean,
Like,
if you want, you can do it for yourself.
alright.
I mean, if you can't make
Yeah,
the
I'm taking a
decision,
spoonful.
taking a spoonful, you're just like,
Yeah.
I can't. Nah.
Yeah.
He
Meanwhile,
didn't, he
just
didn't see me
kinda-
throw up in it.
I'm kind of working on a I'm just working on one of my arcane magazines, Arcana magazines for my Thunder Cannon. I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh,
I'm gonna
these are monsters.
I'm gonna take a piece of toast and try to, like, spread it out enough to where I can get to what I think is deep enough down. And take
You're
a
gonna just
spoonful
like
of
push it
untouched
aside. You're gonna push it
Yeah.
aside with the toast.
and
Okay.
then try to get some of the cleaner bit.
Well, it's hard to tell exactly
Oh my
how much
Gonna wing
is
it.
puke and how much is not because
Oh
it's
my
like the same
gosh.
consistency.
This is
It's gross.
Why?
It smelled awful before and now it just smells worse.
Ben
Why are we starting this
Ben
way?
Herb's
Oh,
just gonna stand there next to him, just rooting for him, like silently.
did I get
yeah,
my
come on.
pancakes, by the way?
Yeah, you got your pancakes. I said that one first.
Alright.
Um,
Roll a con save.
While Ben Harp
Yes.
is doing his shit, I'm gonna reach over and casually take his
my
egg.
my bacon, my eggs and toast.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Son of a
casually
bitch.
slide them over. Not hiding,
17.
just
Chris.
casually
I don't
slide.
notice
the
her.
17.
I don't notice.
Oh,
her
wow.
chanting
Okay.
on.
You take a spoonful of it and you're like, your stomach is completely empty. It's just begging for something in it right now. Unfortunately, this is what you decide to put in there.
I've made worse decisions.
I just put I put a hand on his shoulder, like 6 feet above me, and I'm just like, I'm proud of you. This is how
Are
we
you?
start every
He holds
morning.
it down. Yeah, he holds it down, and he doesn't like gag or retch or anything. Because I mean, he's used to living out in the woods.
I take that back.
He's used to eating whatever.
I take that back. I put my hand on his shoulder. I look him dead in the eyes, and I go, "I'm proud of you, baby bird."
The joke's going to go over Rogar's head and say, "Thanks, Papa Bird."
That's right. That's right.
I'm confused.
Oh god.
That was awful. Why did you
All right.
feed yourself that?
This is how we start every fucking day, alive.
All right. So Lamar, after watching this display, goes, "Wow, just wow." And Emma, you guys didn't realize, but Emma was standing at the top of the stairs watching this, and she has this horrified look on her face, like, what in the fuck did I just witness?
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, it's all because they didn't trust me, and I'm sitting there eating the eggs and bacon.
Rogar's going to then hold his head in his hands over the bar and quietly sob over what he's done.
You
Okay.
guys are sitting at the table.
He is deeply ashamed. He does it over the table then.
Ben Harp just sits down. He's like, "All right, now we're ready to start the fucking day."
Lamar goes, I mean, that was a joke. Out of all the times I've done that, it's never turned out so spectacularly.
Has anyone been able to
God
choke
damn.
it down?
No,
I hand.
no,
I'm proud of that.
I have.
you didn't
I
even like gag.
Oh my
That's
god, I
horrible.
just remembered what happened last session because he was a jokester. I have remembered all the awkward sexual tension.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
I hand Rogar one of my pancakes and just like, here's a real thing, buddy.
He has
That's a real
toast.
thing.
Well, I mean, like, a little more than just toast.
I barely trust the food here anymore.
Okay.
Stick to toast.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to fuck up toast.
Okay.
Maybe
The
eggs and-
sawdust, but
Eggs
it's
and bacon are
solid.
fantastic.
The eggs,
Hestia, do you want a pancake?
it was eggs and toast. The eggs and toast are fantastic. Actually, they are
Eating them.
exquisitely done.
I've completely forgotten about him.
And the pancakes are really good, even though they're made out of like bread, like bread dough.
Yeah, fair
Not
enough.
like a buttermilk, but like
Thick.
white bread.
Oh, white
White
bread
bread
pancakes. Okay.
They're really light and fluffy though. They're good.
Do you
They
have
taste
any
delicious.
syrup?
We have like some cane syrup.
That sounds horrible.
Never mind. It's okay. These are delicious as they are. Thank you.
We
Do
have
you wanna-
jam. or
Oh, yeah.
marmalade.
I love some jam.
Okay. I'll go get some.
Thanks.
He looks at Ben Harp and he goes, "I'll get you some food since she stole yours."
I look down. I'm like, "Oh, you son of a!"
I'm
Is she,
going
like-
to. I'm gonna pick up my fork and offer it to him with egg on it.
I'll just take it begrudgingly, and just slowly, just no eye contact, broke, and just swallow it. Just hand it
No
back.
chewing.
No, just swallow the egg. Just-
I look mildly impressed at you. You must.
What are you, a python?
For anybody who cares, Emma has gone back upstairs, and she did not go up there because she went up there because she didn't want to have to deal with these psychos.
I don't blame her.
You would think living in a tavern, she would have come across a lot of psychos before. Are we?
Mhm.
I don't.
extra?
Nobody's done the egg, the oatmeal wine before.
Without any milk.
The wine meal. Yeah. So that's how your morning starts.
All right. I suggest that once we're done here, we head on over and find out what's going on with that chasm.
Agreed.
Lamar goes, well, I don't know if that's going to work out because we're not supposed to leave yet.
Yeah, we
Is the
have
whole city still in lockdown?
right?
Yeah, I was out back throwing out some trash, and one of the guards said that you guys were going to go see the mayor today. So
Okay.
When's that
Um,
going down?
I don't know. They said it'll happen before the curfew lifts.
Gotcha.
Or not curfew, the
Lockdown.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go get some work done. You guys need anything else?
Do you guys have like a pool table or something for like amusement, like a darts or?
He says, you have a bard.
He has a point.
And then he looks at Hestia and then walks away while looking at Hestia. Not breaking eye contact. Like he backs up.
I'm gonna look at him kind of intensely and just you know how people reach for guns? I'm gonna do that motion, but it's to my bagpipes. Like reaching down to unholster.
These are actually
My bagpipe.
flamethrowers.
Oh god.
Jesus.
I was like, you really need a wake up call right now? Like, is that what you're looking for today?
He goes from like the door of the kitchen right before he walks in. He says, I mean, it'll probably get the guards to come get you because I'm sure that's going to sound awful. And then he slowly eases his way back and pulls the curtain. And you are now alone in the bar with the half-orc.
Did Rogar get a cup of water with his toast?
I think
Did Rogar get?
Yes. You have a pitcher of water and a bunch of glasses.
Alright, Rogar's gonna look for like a bar towel and try to like clean his face, and still sob into the towel.
I mean, there's one behind the bar.
That'll work.
Okay. You go grab it. It's filthy.
He doesn't care. He's already embarrassed
they're
himself
not as
enough.
filthy as the ones they tried to clean the floor with last night.
Truth.
Is it one of the ones we tried to clean the floor with?
No. This is one that the bar was wiped down with. And it has its own puke on it from someone else. And a lot of spilled booze.
I feel like I'm growing as a person.
So I kind of sit there. I'm like, so I never asked you, Hestia. I watch as she eats my breakfast.
They were bringing you more.
Where'd you two come from?
Like metaphysically or literally?
I mean, we all come from Palor, obviously. But what town?
I
did you
prefer
come
Asgarath.
from? I don't
You
care
know,
what
that's
you
a
prefer.
really good question. I have no idea where the fuck I came from. I'm trying to get back there.
On a side, I'm like, I don't care what you prefer, Rogar, you heathen. Go on, Hestia.
I mean, Palor came from Asgarath, so.
That's your opinion.
But this was scientific fact.
What's that?
I don't know.
What's science?
What's science? Oh, you mean magic? Yes.
Okay, out of game. You can just name the town, and I will write it into the story.
You didn't read my backstory.
You didn't read her backstory.
Hestia was a helpful member of her hometown and a bright, pleasant child. How can you be a helpful member of your hometown without being an adult?
Because
Children are helpful
I
in
was
no
a
fucking way.
I was a very helpful child.
God damn it.
Not that I remember. But
And no, I didn't read your backstory. It's not relevant to the campaign
honest.
yet.
except it's totally relevant to the question Ben Harp just asked me. So
So you're a traveler, a wayward nomad.
I mean, I wasn't supposed to be.
You fit in just fine.
I wasn't supposed to
Reading
be
it right
homeless either.
Shh, 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 shh. Ixnay on the homeless A.
Rurgar's gonna stare blankly into Ben Harp's face, completely forgetting about the half orc.
Okay. I'm just kind of like head motioning, bobbing towards the half orc, like.
Ben Harp, I think you're twitching. You
I'm
okay,
gonna
buddy?
literally reach over, grab your head, and twist it in his direction, and then twist it.
I don't like being like physically moved against my will. Oh shit.
Has the half orc hurt us at all?
How loud are you guys being?
I'd say we're being somewhat loud.
Rurgar's being
Alright.
his normal monotone level.
Well, I have a monotone voice, and I know that carries across a room like.
Then you understand.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna roll a perception check with disadvantage because he's drunk.
Oh,
I need one of you guys, probably Hestia, because you would have the loudest voice.
Why do I have the loudest voice?
You're a fucking bard.
I didn't even say anything.
He's got a point, you know.
You're
I just
you're
moved his
probably
head.
sitting closest to him.
That's pretty bardist of you, bro.
I'm a bard. IRL.
Large.
Sing in a band.
Fair enough.
What did you need from me?
I'm a bard of dance.
Just roll me a straight charisma. Were you not talking at all?
I actually didn't say anything.
Oh fuck! Who was talking?
Me
It was
and
It was
Ben
myself.
Harp-
and
Ben
Ro-
Harp and
and,
Rurgar.
Oh
Ben Harp.
fuck! Ben Harp. I'm sorry. Ben Harp.
What
roll
am I
me a
rolling?
straight charisma.
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 Okay. That is an unnatural 20.
That beats out a 4 any day of the week. So he's not paying attention to you guys. He's just kind of mumbling to himself over at the bar.
Okay. I kind of just like lean everyone back in towards the bar and just start eating.
You guys are still at a table.
Okay. Are we? Okay. What are?
Are you looking at the map?
No, I'm not.
Let's be honest.
I'm looking at OBS. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Let's see here.
It's fine.
Zoom. Okay, we are at a table. Yeah, I kind of just like lean back into my, towards my table and just keep eating, or start eating.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I still need to send you my backstory, don't I?
You
Okay.
do.
What are we
My
gonna
apologies.
do today?
Don't bother. He won't read it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
All right. Fuck. What can I do? We have time to kill right now, because
Yes.
I am not gonna go running around the streets yet.
Absolutely. Do you have music playing in the background, by the way?
Not yet, because we're not in battle. I've yet to find a good, like, idle tone.
Yeah, that doesn't
How about
have
human music?
Human
copyright or anything.
I
How
can,
about human music?
I can do us some ambient sounds.
I guess so. I don't know. I just think it's better than
There.
dead air.
Yeah.
Now you guys are at a table.
Ooh. Nice circle, man.
All right. So
Right.
what are we gonna do while we wait?
You guys want a small performance? I'll do it.
Do you actual serious note, do you want to maybe like on the second floor, which I assume are there windows by our room where we can look out on the town?
Yes, but the buildings around you, you're looking at the map, so you can see it. Buildings around you,
Here, let me zoom
The-
out real quick. Here, okay.
the one to your, both of the ones to your north are both 4 stories, ish.
Okay.
Like the one on the right,
Taller than our current building.
correct. So from the second story, which is the only floor you have access to besides the bar room, you can't see shit.
All right. Is there? I'm more interested in like sort of getting maybe like a better aerial viewpoint of just sort of this area in general. Is how far away is this area?
You can see to your southeast. There are docks. Should have mentioned this earlier. I saw it, but I forgot about it. It's docks and like just a wharf in general, like a fishing wharf. So there's like warehouses and stuff, and piers. To your southwest, you see large, what are they called? Grain elevators?
Okay.
Not elevators. Grain
Mills?
Silos.
silos. There we go.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
And then one of them about right now is hanging halfway into the giant hole.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Near sort of the area of the giant hole, are there still some like leftover wreckage from the buildings, like, or did the buildings just entirely fall into it?
Most of that area right there was silos.
Mm-hmm.
They held grain, corn, which is a type of grain, stuff like that. They had some other warehouses over there, but like this is all information you're getting from Lamar.
Okay.
There's some warehouses over there, but further in there was like a prison, the main barracks. Most of the military facilities all fell down there, and now they're just fucking rubble.
Okay. I'm probably just gonna work on and tinker on some doodads.
What kind of doodads you tinkering on?
I don't know what to make, cause like, as the type of artificer I am, I have basically everything I can tinker, so I'm just kind of like, guess I have like some leftover parts. So I'm gonna try to like make a wind up thing.
Okay, maybe a tinker check.
Okay. That would be. Would that be considered as
I want to say that's an intelligence.
Okay.
I want to say it's an intelligence plus proficiency.
Okay.
If you're proficient in Tinkerer's Kit. Or are you making this magical?
I'm not gonna make this. I don't know what magical effect I would have it do, but I just want to make like a basic wind-up thing that makes a little bit of noise.
So it's mechanical. Yeah, you would use a Tinkerer's Kit.
Okay.
So intelligence plus, as long as you're proficient in Tinkerer's Kits, use your what's it called? You get it.
Yeah.
I told you, proficiency.
Natural 20.
Well, look at that. You able to make like a pair of like, you know how those wind-up teeth have like those legs
Yeah.
that walk? You're able to do that to a cup.
Oh wow. Okay. And you said I made a pair?
A pair of legs. I mean,
fair
what
enough.
did you want to make? You didn't specify what you wanted to make.
No, I did. Well, I mean, that literally made some noise and it travels. So there you go. That's pretty much what I wanted to do. I don't know. I was kind of like
the artificer,
spitballing it.
I think the artificer page like says that that's literally what he makes is like a tiny little thing. Am I right? 'Cause I think I remember reading that somewhere.
I
still have yet to get that. I need that.
No, it's basically each level I get to make a thing. So like because of my current level, I managed to create like a cap of water breathing, and you know, it basically each level I get to tinker something and this more significant. But like, I just wanted to see if I could maybe like tinker and make like a little insignificant thing, but still was maybe like useful in some way.
I mean, you thought this was pretty funny.
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
a walking water glass, and the water just sloshes out of it constantly. Like it's a little wind up thing, and the cup just swings back and forth, and the water just flies out of it.
Does it make any
I
noise?
think it's really cute.
It makes the noise that
Sorry, go ahead.
like, you know those wind up toys, like not the teeth shattering noise, but that
Yeah.
noise.
Oh
that
yeah,
they make.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes that noise.
Could I ask for like some googly eyes to put on it?
No,
Okay.
I feel like that's a tinker of its own.
I walk over and I look down. And I'm like, that's fucking hilarious.
And
Thank
plus,
you, man.
in order to get googly eyes, you need plastic
That's fair.
Is it like a
or
wind-up
or
deal?
glass.
Yeah, it's a wind-up thing.
Can you make me one?
He just built it into the bottom of one of the cups. Like you watch him cut
Yeah,
a
yeah,
hole in the bottom and put a false bottom inside of the cup, so that way it leaves room for the mechanism.
Yeah.
And he just pulls out all these gears and screws and springs and shit. And
I
it's
could
like,
probably
where do
do
you
it
get
again.
this?
I could probably do it again. You want me to do it again?
Yeah, that could come in handy.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do
Walking.
it.
I mean, if you think it'll come in handy for being fucking adorable, go ahead.
Do
How
Hestia,
how
do you
loud
want
is
one?
it?
Yeah.
I could think
Okay.
of several reasons how that would come in handy.
I'm
I
gonna-
think Gene's working on the same line of thought as I am.
Basically.
I'm gonna roll a couple of more intelligence checks to see if I can make a couple more.
Okay, roll me a couple more Tinkerers checks.
Okay. That's going to be. I need to get some stuff. So this one's for Ben Harp.
Okay.
And
I would say that you only have enough pieces for one more, not three more.
well, I'm gonna just make only one for Ben Harp and Hestia. If
Collectively? Okay, yeah.
collectively, I guess. I don't know.
Like
and
for
then-
both. Like one for both.
One
Not
for
one
both,
for
yeah.
each.
And then I'll promise Hestia I'll make one for her specifically later.
Okay. She's
That-
being oddly pleasant today, but it's because that's adorable.
Fair enough. That is not a natural 20.
So it's a regular 20.
Yeah, 20 collective.
It doesn't work as good. It's not as quick. You tried to optimize it a little bit, use a few less gears, a few less springs, like try and
Yeah.
make one spring able to pull.
It's
2
kind of
3
like that.
gears.
It's kind of like that dollar store wind up where it just slowly turns to the left sometimes.
Right. This one isn't as well made because it's not using as many parts as the first one you did. You tried to make it a little bit more compact. Use less of your supplies because you are running low, and these things that you use, they're not easy to find or cheap. But you are able to make another one.
Here, it's a little more minimalistic because I need to get some more like spare parts and whatnot, but it should work pretty well.
Yeah, it's fine by me. And I put it in my haversack.
Okay.
You aren't gonna play with it?
Maybe later.
How loud is the thing? Rogar's head immediately starts pounding.
Oh yeah, no. Just hearing this thing, you're like, I want to fucking die. It
He's
takes you
cringing in pain.
It takes you about 30 minutes to put each of these things together. So, Ben Harp, you would have eaten by now. You can all visibly see after the second one that he made, and tested a little bit. The orc is visibly angry.
Shoot.
Oh god.
Okay.
Rogar is
Well, I'm
slowly
just gonna put
getting
mine
angry.
in the bag.
To try to play some diffusing music, relaxing tunes.
Maybe.
With your bagpipes?
No, with my lute, not the bagpipes.
Thought you were gonna play like Amazing Grace or something like that on bagpipes.
I mean, even Amazing Grace on bagpipes still kind of puts your teeth on edge. Like, I'm trying to get the orc not to get up.
Okay.
Just one quick question about the cup. Does the cup still able to carry stuff?
Yeah, like I said, you put a false bottom in it.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
I'm gonna roll performance for that nonsense.
Yes, you will.
16.
16. All right, you're a bit out of practice with the loot. You're used to using your bagpipes because it's fucking obnoxious, and you love it.
I love it.
It brings you such great joy for people to be like, you are great at that, but please shut the fuck up.
You see, that's the reaction I wasn't going for today, so I chose correctly.
And you find some of the chords that you're trying to play. I keep miming this, and I realize you guys can't fucking see me. So some of the chords you're trying to play, they're a little bit off. You play the lute on occasion. It's a love instrument, whereas the bagpipes
emotion.
The bagpipes is a passion instrument.
But I have a passion for irritating people.
Oh, yes, you do. Anybody who chooses to play bagpipes on the regular and is not in the police force or something like that definitely has a passion for igniting that flame in people. But yeah, so you're strumming on the lute, playing a little song. Are you singing along with it, or?
I'm gonna do a little vocalizing, no words, just some vocalizing.
Quick little
Something
thing.
like
Quinzilla95, thank you for the follow.
Thank you.
Hi, Gabby.
Play some Nickelback. I think that was back. I think that was back.
Good. They have good music, okay?
I think that's back. I remember seeing that a little while ago. I'm busy DMing.
I'd prefer Freebird, like Dalton said, but I know he's only doing it for the meme.
Or Wonderwall. I like Wonderwall.
Wonderwall's pretty good.
I like
But-
Wonder.
So, I think she was
Rockstar.
talking about she wants you to play some Nickelback on the bagpipes.
Both work. I mean,
I can switch instruments whenever I like.
Or he. Is it Quinzilla?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's
Gabby.
Quinzilla.
Oh, that's Gabby.
it's the goob.
Of course she wants to play Nickelback. Anyway, so you're playing, the mood changes in the bar. Emma comes back downstairs after she hears the lute strumming. She's like, they get rid of the prank. She's talking to you guys.
I mean,
Talk about it.
What?
The prank.
We
We
cleaned
don't
up.
want to talk.
Oatmeal wine.
Yeah. We cleaned up. We cleaned up.
You finished it?
Sure. I lie.
God damn it, Ben Hart.
I was really really hungry
Roll
and
deception.
Sure.
it was bad. It was so bad.
That is a 25.
All right. There's no way I could beat that except with a natural 20. So,
Wow.
she's like, who ate it? And then Rogar starts talking about eating it. She's like, God damn, boy.
I hate myself.
Yes, you do, especially after last night. God damn.
Damn, son.
She just kind of saunters, kind of looking flirtily at you, Ben Harp, into
I'm old.
like she gives like a little hip bob at you and walks into the back. And you hear Lorna be like, "It's about fucking time you woke up."
There's a request to layer creep over Wonderwall. Okay with that.
Layer creep over Wonderwall. What the fuck? Anyway,
Weird music choice.
I'm a Wonderwall. You're my creep.
Before like our downtime's up,
Yeah.
I would like to go outside, just out front, like literally just on the porch, not like into the street or anything.
I mean, it's not really a porch. It's more like
Or,
an overhang.
Yeah, whatever. Just the front of the store.
People go out and smoke.
Right. And
It's a joke.
take a little leather pouch and just collect some rocks into that pouch.
Okay.
Collect some pebbles until it's full.
These streets are kept very clean.
Mm-hmm.
This is a military town, so there's not very many rocks that are free. Like, the roads are paved, like not paved, but cobblestoned and then mortared,
Okay.
so that they're flat and it's easy for wagons to roll around. I mean, if you want to go break that,
If I want to go what?
if you want to go break some of that,
Some of the cobble?
or the mortar,
Nah.
either way.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just wait until I find some naturally. I mean, there's gotta be some somewhere around.
There's none here. There might be
Right.
some on the beach,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but
Somewhere.
there's none
People track
within
shit on their shoes all
quick
the time.
walking distance.
But,
So.
yeah, until then, I don't know. I mean, I don't mind like time skipping forward.
Right. Which, I mean, if you guys don't want to do anything else, then that'll happen.
Leave, so
Yeah.
Hmm?
we can't leave.
Yeah. I mean, we can, but I don't want to get in trouble here. I have a reputation.
Yeah.
I have a reputation of cold.
And I have a reputation to cultivate.
I,
I don't like being annoying.
I don't.
I don't like people hating me. I just like being annoying.
All right.
I think I got kicked out of my monastery because they hated me, but I'm not sure. They wouldn't answer my questions.
No one said a word to me on the way out. They just kept.
Is it because I
Kinda
pulled my dick out?
stared.
Do you live in a silent monastery?
No, I kind of accidentally killed somebody, and I think that may have rubbed them the wrong way.
Accidentally.
Did you rub them the wrong
They
way
rubbed
so
them
hard
the
they
wrong way.
died?
We don't talk about that. And it wasn't rubbing. It was very. You know what? I don't want to get emotional thinking about it.
Okay. Yeah. Let's time skip.
Okay. Baylor, is there anything else you would like to do in the morning? Because right now, like, sun came up about 6:30ish. You guys got up about 7ish, unless you wanted to get up earlier.
I would prefer
Or
later.
later. So we'll say it's about 10 o'clock. It's about 10 in the morning.
I think the only thing, and this may seem like a weird request, is basically I'll just ask if, like, do you have any, like, broken clocks or anything, or just simple house machinery stuff that you're not using anymore I could take?
I mean, who are you talking to?
I'm probably talking to
There's Lamar, Lorna,
it's
and,
Lamar. I'm probably
Emma.
going to talk to Lamar.
Okay. Lamar goes, actually, Lorna might be better off on that because, she's the one, like, normally when something breaks, she's the one that fixes it around here.
Mhm.
I usually do the cooking, and
Okay.
she'll clean up the bar a little bit, but mostly that's Emma. So
All right, I'll go speak to Lorna then.
I'll go grab her for you. He goes back into the back room, and Lorna walks out. I don't know if you remember, but she is a female human.
Okay.
She says, Lamar said you needed me?
Yes. I was wondering if you had any broken household machinery that you were wanting or needed a fix or up or whatnot. I need spare parts for gizmos and such.
I'm afraid we can't leave anything. I'm currently trying to fix a clock, but
I can fix that for you.
that would be much appreciated. But we can't spare anything in the back. We need to cook.
That's fine. I'll consider it payment for the pancakes. They're very good pancakes.
I'll consider it payment for the room.
Okay then. Go ahead and bring that clock over.
She takes it and reaches out her hand to shake yours.
Oh, okay. I shake it.
She said, "Sounds like a deal." And she
Cool.
walks back, and the clock looks like it fell off of a wall
Mm-hmm.
and then was hit by a sledgehammer.
Okay.
The metal of the gears is bent. It's a ragged machine.
How big is it?
It's about 12 inches across.
Fair enough. I'll cast mending on it.
Okay, so you just hold it, and then you put your hands on either side and focus your energy, and the glass that's inside of it starts to flake upward and seal itself back to where it belongs in the actual dome-ish area, or plate. It's a plate. And it starts to piece back together like the reverse of a broken piece of glass. And it all forms back together, and then the minute hand, like nothing ever happened, or the second hand, like nothing ever happened. Click, 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 click. Not that fast, but you get it.
Yeah.
And she watches this happen, and she goes, "Holy shit!"
I like how she curses in an English accent, but
Shut the fuck up.
And I just
Holy
gently-
shite!
just hand over the clock and go.
That
Here
was
you go.
fucking incredible.
Oh, thank you. A little bit of practice.
Come with me. And she grabs you by the
Okay.
collar and she pulls you into the back. There's like
Holy
a
shite.
Okay.
there's a cracked steamer and a couple other things in the back. Like it's all very, I don't want to say steampunky, but very simple machines that she asks for you to like mend small breaks in the metal, or like there's a variety of broken things she asks you to fix. And
Okay.
then she has a tray, and she's like, "These have all been broken in the past month." And she like pulls out like pieces of plates and cups, like porcelain tankards and stuff. And she's like, "These have all been broken in the past month. We were going to throw them out. Do you mind?"
Yeah, sure, no problem. And,
Okay.
I just go ahead and do it.
So she, after doing this for a while, she says, "You guys are all just sitting in the bar, just chatting amongst yourselves. If you choose to drink, you're drinking.
Rogar's
Drinks around the house as long as he's fixing shit. Also, you earn 15 gold.
Woo, all right.
I'm sorry.
you spent a lot of gold last night, so
most of it on limeade.
Limeade.
But yeah.
Rogar's gonna attempt to nurse that bottle of whiskey that he bought last night.
Just out of curiosity, how long does she have me doing this? I don't mind, but
It's about 10 o'clock right now.
yeah.
She has you doing it for about 3 hours.
Okay, that's fine.
She's just like, she's trying to sort out like pieces of goblets that look like they fit together, or like pieces of tankards that look like they fit together, and plates and shit. And she's like, "No, this doesn't go here. No, it probably goes with this one." And every time that you assemble what appears to be a full one, you take and cast the spell, and then it reforms back into a full piece of glass or pottery. After a while, it's you realize your powers are being abused, and she starts paying you so that everybody in the bar, except for the half-orc, obviously, is drinking for free while he is doing this. So out of the three of you, who's drinking?
I am not.
Too early for that shit, man.
Rogar's gonna nurse that bottle of whiskey he got last night, but also get a bottle of the wine that Lauren had, that Estia had.
Okay.
He's gonna keep it for later.
So you're nursing the whiskey. The wine, you get a full bottle. It's free, like I said. Roll me a Constitution saving throw for the dragon whiskey.
Unnatural 20.
All right, so you choke this down. Like you're like, I'm gonna get through this.
I'm gonna
And
beat
you
it.
Slam
I'm gonna
it
win.
back. You slam it back, and it burns going down, obviously. And you look around, and you actually, surprisingly, you feel a little bit better, ever so slightly better.
Tiny victories.
Yeah.
Tiny victories.
So that was just a glass. Are
Let's
you
go
gonna?
for 2.
You going for 2?
Mhm.
Because as of right now,
Can
your
I just
ability checks are at disadvantage.
can I just
Yep.
put my hand slowly over the glass?
What more I can do it, Dad?
Not today, son. Not today.
Daddy and the
Why
boy.
didn't you do this last night?
I look at him. I go, because last night we weren't meeting the mayor. I need you sober for today.
You and that damn silver tongue.
Is this how you lost your first son?
Yeah. That's exactly how I lost my first. Don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. Don't you have shit to mend?
Misplaced him. Never mind.
Actually, that would make more sense. You guys are all talking about this, while and Lorna are at the table, and she's what's the word? Volunteered you guys to help puzzle piece back all these glasses and tankards together. So in the midst of having these conversations, you are putting back together.
Sliding,
Yeah,
like without even realizing.
you get free booze,
Yeah, that's good.
but
It's fun to pass the time. I like it. It's sort of like a puzzle to
Yeah,
me.
I just
it's exactly like a puzzle.
I just look Rogar in the eye and like put it back in the wineskin, son.
Okay.
Thank you for
puts it
letting me do
away.
this. I say to Bardo, thank you for letting me do this. This is really fun.
She says, "Thank you for doing it. You're saving us a lot of money.
It's all good.
Paying
It's taking away the
paying
pain from my
all of
headache.
you." She gives you all 15 gold because you're all helping.
Oh, nice.
She gives 5 directly to and then the other 10 goes to you 3 to figure out the math for.
I'll take 3.
That's okay.
So
I'm finding it incredibly difficult to put things together and to also strum my lute.
I mean, you wouldn't be playing the whole time, would you?
I don't know.
Bored.
Maybe if I was bored.
You get the 4. Ben Harp and Rogar get the 2. I mean the 3
That's fine.
each. Just because you're doing the most, trying to entertain while you're putting stuff together. Of course, bagpipes. That would probably be way easier because you only really need one
I don't
hand. No, I'm
So,
kidding.
because it requires squeezing of the air bladder.
The airport.
I mean, you put it under a shoulder, you have a free arm.
But that also requires more like mental fortitude.
I mean, at this point, playing the bagpipes is second nature to you. You are proficient.
I'm a
I mean-
professional bagpipe lawyer.
I mean, my bassist and guitarist can hold a
know.
conversation with one another while playing a song.
Anyway.
It's a little difficult. You and then you move a couple pieces of a plate around.
You know, it's like whenever you look at a puzzle, but like you just look at it for a long time and in your head put them in the right places. I stop and then I put them where they're supposed to go, and then I place them more while I'm thinking.
Right, like a slide puzzle, basically.
Yeah.
So that
Nice.
for about 3 hours, around 1 o'clock, a guard pops in and says, "Mayor Dreskel wishes to address all of you. Would you please follow me?" He is a half-elven gentleman. He's about 5'6", very lithe, and he's dressed in fine robes with chainmail on top.
All right, I'll follow suit.
You want to just basically show where you guys are going on the map real quick, Gene?
Yeah.
Let me know when the map view is open.
Good.
All right,
Is it this?
I mean, it's fairly obvious that that's it, but
The big.
I wanted to demonstrate, like, this is the scope of it. You guys were just in this tavern, which it's not small, but this is a 8-story, almost a castle.
Mhm.
It's long and tall, and at the top there's a giant glass dome, and you can see it's about the tower itself is about 8 stories with the dome.
Are we like already there?
As you guys are walking,
Okay.
you guys are about here when you're like, oh,
It's pretty big.
it's pretty good, you guys.
Ever seen a building this big, Rogar?
I mean, the monastery was pretty big, but like, I don't know, probably. I don't know. I don't pay attention to buildings much because they don't like me in them.
I don't like counting.
It's part of it.
either.
Fuckers.
So you guys are led there. You're led through a large hall, and all the way up 8 flights of stairs to the mayor's office. And he
I'm guessing
stands.
That's in the glass dome.
I'm becoming irritated as
Yes.
I climb the stairs.
As you enter the office, you see the back of a man looking out of the glass dome in the exact same direction that he would have been standing when you saw him watching you approach his home.
Right.
He says, "Hello.
Yeah.
Have a seat." There are couches and like, I don't want to say lazy boys.
Are there beanbag
Medieval
chairs?
fantasies.
Singular chairs.
Are there beanbag chairs?
Fancy chairs.
Themed
No, you
as giant
dick.
oozes.
No, you dick. Like couches and sofas that are set up around his desk.
All right.
Rogar grabs the least comfortable looking chair so nobody else has to take it, and tries
is.
to make himself as small looking as possible.
It is a stool that is about a foot off the ground.
He uses it.
Okay.
I stand at eye level as Rogar, with Rogar now that he's sitting just right next to him.
You do have to crouch.
Okay. No, I'm
You
just
you
gonna-
like you have to bend the knees, like I don't know, about a 30-degree
No,
angle.
I'm just gonna stand next to Rogar then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rogar comes up to about your shoulder-ish
Okay.
while he's sitting down. How tall are you? I know Rogar is like 7 something.
Yeah, 7 foot.
5'10", 5'11".
So yeah, I'm trying to do the math here. Yeah, he's about a foot shorter than you right now.
That's fine. Can I do a general perception check?
And Hestia.
I'm gonna pick a couch because I need extra space because there's a giant wind instrument on my body.
As you sit down.
And I'll just go to the same couch and sit on the opposite end.
Okay.
Is it a 2-seater or a 3-seater?
It's a 3-seater.
That's right. We are not in the tavern.
It's a couch. You said couch, not sofa. Yeah. So, there's a long silence.
Can I do a perception check of the room?
Yes. Anybody else want to do this?
Sure.
Yeah.
I will as well.
15.
Okay.
Natural 1.
You're
You're just
ready.
mesmerized
23.
by the glass dome. 23. All right.
I mean, it's damn pretty. So, is it a Tiffany glass dome?
No.
16.
16. All right. So you and Ben Hart both notice. There are a lot of books. This is an office and a library. It's huge. Like this room, it's bigger than like most bedrooms you've been in. Like master bedrooms. Except for you, Ben Harp. You've been in some nice bedrooms. Being a traveling merchant and all, you've had your share of cheating millionaire's wife.
That's how he lost his son, too.
That's also got something to do with how I lost my son. Everything has something to do with him losing his son.
You want to know how I lost my son?
I can't hear you, Laura.
I'm sorry, Lauren. I made a joke. I was like, you want to know how I lost my
I
son?
It did sound very Joker.
So, Lauren, what were you saying?
Nothing.
I'm sorry.
No, please.
No, I was saying how he lost his son. I've officially decided is he got his son drunk, forgot about him, went to sleep with a millionaire's wife, and his son just went missing. He's not dead. He's just missing.
He said lost, not murdered.
The world may never
Ooh,
know.
that is true. You want to know how I lost my son? That could be taken in different ways.
Yeah, he's
The
just
plot
missing.
thickens.
Anyway,
How many licks does it take to get to the Tootsie Roll
son
Center
in
of
my
Ben Hart's
hometown
backstory?
that I can't find. That's
We'll
where
make
he
it. We'll make it like a lifelong mystery, like Scanlan's age.
That's
Yours?
confirmed.
73.
That's
No, I'm
confirmed.
sure of it.
69.
I thought it was
So-
73.
69.
All right,
at
shut the
start.
fuck up.
Sorry. Okay.
Rogar,
Yeah.
you're old as 23. What languages do you speak?
Let's find out. Common, Elvish, Giant, Draconic, and Undercommon.
You notice a book title in Undercommon. Fuck, what is it? Hang on. The Plight of the Devil. And it catches your eye. Like, the plight of the devil. And then you notice that it's the devil. Like capital T, capital D.
Rogar's gonna very noticeably stare in that direction, but keep forgetting which book in particular it is, so he's gonna be scanning them, like all of them, until he finds it. And
Okay,
then
there's a bunch of-
realizing,
There's a bunch of like magic books. Not like magical, but like the study of different types of magic, different monsters. Um, there's apparently a whole huge section of fiction, but that's the section that the plight of the devil is in, and it just seems out of place for some reason. Like instead of it being like some sort of mass produced type of book, this looks almost handwritten. Like the on the spine of the book, it's almost carved in as opposed to being printed on.
All right.
All right.
It's a nice. This is a nice library. We've got like fiction, I think.
He holds
Like
up his
those-
hand over his shoulder with one finger up. I can't demonstrate because my webcam doesn't fucking work right now.
Violence is
Yeah.
you.
He holds up a finger over his shoulder, not looking at you guys. And he says, I need a moment.
Okay.
Rogar's gonna lean over to Ben Harp and say, "How long is a moment?"
And I just hold up a finger like it kind of like, and I'm just waiting for the elf to start talking.
Just waiting for a elf.
Yeah.
After about 2 minutes, he says, now.
I was like, no.
You just drop the finger and go.
Yeah, like okay, that.
Um, So, he says, now, what are your names?
I'm Roger. I was raised as a shrubber. I like plants. That's about it.
Have I?
That's incredible. What business do you have?
I kind of met up with them fleeing for my life in Coltham, and I don't know why I'm here.
From your life? From what?
Mostly dead things, and guys in like really weird robes. Like the robes are pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie, but like they're weird.
He looks at you, Hestia, and he says, does he always make this little sense? Good
Who's you
talk.
again?
You.
Oh. Typically, yes. That's about how much sense he makes.
It's incredible. What is your name, young lady?
I feel like it makes sense.
My name is Thea.
Hestia, what is your business in my town?
I believe we all have the same business. We
Do
came
we
to
now?
warn you about the cultists in town whose name I can't remember.
Coltham.
It's called out. You've been there twice, different characters.
Don't expect me to remember things.
I mean, that's kind of your job.
That's what notes are for.
You can't see, but does it look like I have any paper?
You should.
I've got a notebook for this.
I say that, I don't take notes. And this
I
is
use
why
my
character's
phone.
gonna die.
But yes, we all
Anyway,
have the same business. We came to warn you of the cultists that are taking over the town of Coltome.
Yeah, they were cultists.
we
guys
have
in
our
full
own
robes.
problems. You may leave. Anyway, what about you, sir? He points at you.
Oh, my name is Mixie.
Mixie.
Yes.
And what is your business here?
I just like her. I accompanied Ben Harp. But I guess right now I've been helping the local tavern repair some stuff. I'm a repairer.
Incredible. I see you're here, Ben Harp.
I'm just standing there smiling.
He's been talking to you the whole time, looking out the window, just looking at you guys through a reflection. He slowly turns around, and you see the very handsome face of a half elven, or not half elf, a high elven male.
Ooh.
He says, "My name is Deskel Restavok. I am the mayor here, as you well know, Benharp."
I keep smiling.
You also have a very fancy, good-looking place, which is also a good indicator.
I know. I did that on purpose. Benharp, it concerns me that you're here. Why have you come?
Without saying a word, I kind of just reach into the haversack and pull out one of those used up cultist trinkets, the long rest trinkets.
He looks at it.
I step forward. Does he have a desk? I'm assuming there's a desk between us.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and I just place it down on the desk. You might have your own problems.
He seems disinterested.
Yeah, I say, you might have your own problems, but Cultombs may soon become yours.
Are we going to talk about the flying things?
It appears that it has, and then he takes one out of his pocket, and he holds it up next to his face. It's exactly alike.
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is yours is white, I believe.
Yeah.
And his is black.
Okay.
And he puts it back in his pocket. He says, "We found several of these down at the bottom of the chasm. It appears that the dwarves have finally struck."
These are dwarves.
Dwarves?
Of course it's dwarves.
I don't think.
Well,
it's dwarves.
I don't. Yeah, I was about to say.
What we face.
Benharp, you would know this, Benharp. Benharp, you know better than anyone else. The dwarves have wanted to dig beneath this city for years, and I have stopped them. They have finally broken the treaty that we've made and built and dug below the city. We have found several veins of different types of ore, and they have obviously pulled all of them out.
Have you seen a dwarf? Down there.
We've seen corpses.
You've seen corpses.
What were the corpses?
Dwarven corpses.
Okay, well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
We saw living corpses. We fought living corpses.
I feel like that's redundant.
That's incredible. We have our own problems right now.
And they will
Half
soon...
of our city, nearly half of our city has collapsed. As of now, we are almost completely out of food.
Do you want
Most of it fell down into that goddamn chasm. We have people down there trying to find crates that may not have been smashed by some act of the gods. Otherwise, we're going to have to find some other means of feeding our people.
Do you want to make it 100% of your city?
No, that's part of the reason that some of the god is down there. They are trying to find out exactly how bad this plight has gone. They've dug so far from the cliffs.
Send us down.
What if we speak to the dwarves?
Send us down.
We could talk to them.
Send you down? Why would I send you down, Benharp?
Okay.
Who's more reliable?
Who's more reliable? My gods.
Good.
I have
Then
an
they can
army
keep
at
an
my
eye.
command.
Good. Then they can keep an eye on the city. We can
My
do
God.
the lower work.
I did not hear her.
As much as I would like to see you go down there, I'm going to need more convincing than that.
You know, you
And
would love
I
to
don't
send
know
me
the
down
rest
there.
of you people. You could very well just be idiots.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the smartest of the group, but I try
I
my
could
hardest.
tell.
I work. I'm.
It's how not intelligent.
I engineer tools and devices. I think I have some high level of IQ.
That's incredible. IQ and using it are two different things.
Well, I use it very well then.
Use it in practice or in practical means?
Those
Both?
mean the same thing.
Hmm. He said both, however.
Well, yes, because they both, like she said, both mean the same thing.
They both mean the same thing. You should have just said yes.
I think my response is still fine though, because us both is just basically saying yes, I agree with both.
I'll
The
accept
entire
this
time this is
argument.
happening, my hair is just getting more and more flame-like. And I'm
Fiery.
going to stand up very quickly and go, you don't have enough people here to effectively do what you're trying to do with your town. We're here. You either accept our help, or we're going to go somewhere else and warn somebody that gives a flying fuck.
There are plenty of towns
He-
around here, Deskel.
He takes a deep breath and folds his arms. And he looks very sternly at all of you. And he says,
I
it's
don't-
true. I don't have enough people to send down there to form an effective scouting party. Most of the people that I send down there end up dying anyway. So I suppose it can't hurt that you go down there, if this is your choice.
Guess it is. Ben Harp, is it our choice? Okay,
Sounds
yes,
like
it
the
is our
opinion of
choice.
sheep.
Yes, it's your choice.
Okay, yeah. It is our choice to do that.
All right, very well.
But, you know,
I will-
since you admit that you don't have the manpower or the capability to scout the chasms,
We don't have the manpower capability to defend the city if we were under attack.
so you need us. You really need us.
We need something.
Pay us.
I don't know if it's you.
Pay us. And I start, like, walking away from the desk.
He says, excuse me. Was that a demand from you, Ben Harper?
That was.
Need I remind you how many times I've saved you from being put in jail?
And now you get to throw me into a deep, dark pit, one I'll probably not crawl out of. So pay us.
Half now, half later.
Sounds good to me. What are you offering?
Wow.
500.
Be okay with this one.
800.
750.
Deal.
So...
Good. He reaches out his hand.
Alright, go to shake.
Roll me a perception
Yoink.
check.
Okay. 19.
You feel some strange cold shiver run up your arm and down the back of your spine.
Oh, god damn it.
He says, very well. I suppose I should provide you with some means of communicating with us while you're down there in case you die.
Maybe some supplies.
We can only hope.
That way we'll have the ability to communicate with you while you're down there, not have to worry about getting you out once we have the evidence we need.
Yep.
So,
Maybe we also get that 375 now, so that way we can use it to maybe get some additional supplies as well, or maybe you could at least donate some of the supplies, so that way we...
you interrupted me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but, you know.
I'm not a fan.
Alright, well, you don't have to
You
be.
talk too slow. Speed up. We're on a
I
deadline.
don't know if we can make demands. He doesn't seem happy about it.
I'm sorry that the way I speak offends you. Oh, wait.
Your entire
I'm
being
not.
offends me.
I'm not. I'm paying you to do a job.
Being him.
I just turn around and I give them like the most mom or dad look I can. I'm just.
Rogar
Roll me an
goes to follow
intimidation.
Ben
Everybody
Hart.
else roll me a perception. I mean, insight.
What's that?
Gene's intimidation. Everybody else
Okay.
insight.
19.
22.
6.
Jesus.
Sorry, 23. Sorry.
What about Hestia?
I'm rolling a what?
Insight.
Insight.
10.
It's pretty fucking terrifying. Like, he holds up a hand.
Nothing
And
scares me.
it's like, why is his hand so big? It looks bigger than his hand. And like, it
I
looks like
was-
there's spikes on it and shit. It's fucking terrifying. It's like, I don't want him to slap me.
Jesus, clip your nails
I was going with him.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys this was going.
I
with
mean,
him.
Rogar, you were going with him, but I mean, that's
I was going with
still, that was still mildly
Oh,
terrifying.
I know.
You were
I'm
in
just
no
trying to,
danger, but you were scared.
trying to walk out with my tail between my legs here. Show my
Just for
submission.
everybody to know that mentally I am considering just lighting this man on fire and taking control because I could obviously run this town better.
I don't think that's how that works, Lauren.
And I turn around. I go. We'll collect the 375. And one last thing. You will allow us to walk around Cliff's Hold freely. No curfew.
That will take about a day to disseminate to everyone.
They know me.
You could just write a paper.
Yes, but there are guards all around town.
I look down at his desk. Do I see anything resembling like a personal seal, something like a ring that he would put into the wax or anything like that
You see one on his hand.
on his hand?
How about you just write a directive and give it to us to show people?
Well, anybody can write a letter. Anybody
I'm
can write a
going
letter.
to.
I look at him and I say, "Why don't you hand us your seal?" No one could dispute that.
He looks at the ring on his hand and he says, I would sooner die than sully my ring,
I'm gonna
giving it to you, Ben Harp, or anyone you travel with.
I can feel the spite in his voice.
I'm sorry, a merchant is not worthy of anything that denotes position, especially a merchant of your caliber.
I'm gonna go ahead and slowly analyze him, just a full picture of him, so I can keep it mentally in my mind.
What do you mean analyze? Like just remember what he looks like?
Yep. Fully.
Like just a little up and down.
I mean, I guess an investigation if you want to roll.
I look at him and I say, "I'm gonna enjoy taking that other 375 from you."
19.
I feel like there's a lot of animosity in the
19.
room.
Can I do an Arcana check?
Arcana on what?
Him. Wait, he's an elf. Never mind.
He's a high elf.
Yeah.
High
He's got
elf.
magic out the
Yeah,
wazoo.
he gonna light up like
He's
a
fucking
Christmas
stoned
tree.
on magic.
He was born with a wizard cantrip.
He was born with the ability to snap his fingers and then cause shit to happen.
I don't know. I just don't like him, and really it sucks because I don't have like sense good or evil or anything.
Okay. So.
I'm gonna say this much: he is a high elf,
And he's a
Turn to page 3.
and they are kind of dicks. So I'm sorry if that hurt anybody's ears. I do realize that I wasn't talking about you four. I was talking about the audience. Anyway,
No, it's fine.
so you want to roll Arcana? Is that what you want to do?
Say that
Hestia?
again, you cut out.
Did you want to roll Arcana? Is that what you wanted to do?
Yeah, but I'm trying to decide on what.
I'll let you think about it. Rogar, what are you doing this whole time?
I'm slowly edging closer to the door, hoping everybody else follows in suit.
All I imagine is Rogar in his tiny chair just going dunk, 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 like slowly.
It's very heavy thuds, and then every once in a while he hits a board, and you hear a as it cracks under his weight.
Oh, God.
I'm shifting my gaze back and forth between the mayor and the book on the bookshelf, but I keep forgetting where it is, so it's just kind of scanning the entire bookshelf.
You don't see it again. Roll me a
Okay.
perception.
Can I roll a perception too to see if I find anything strange in the room? Maybe I'll roll Arcana on that.
15.
You already rolled a perception in the room.
Did I? Oh
Roll
right,
that
I
one.
got distracted by the glass.
You were like, this glass dome is fucking awesome.
Now that I'm irritated, can I roll it again because I'm more focused?
I don't think that's how it works.
Higher, low?
Hi.
Hi. That's a 3.
No, that's definitely not a.
So
Hi.
no, you're more pissed off at him and focused at him right now than anything. Rogar,
Hey,
what did
can I-
you roll?
can I
And I
check-
forgot what I told you to roll for.
It was a 15 for looking for the book.
No. Hestia, you just said something? I didn't see it. Or I didn't hear it.
No, I decided that I'm too angry to decide what to Arcana check.
Okay. Ben Harp and Mitzi. Mitzi? Mixie. Got it. I'm gonna change that on roll 20.
Okay, and you could do that on the stream as well, Gene.
I just need to.
MIXXY. It's spelled MIXXY.
Oh shit. I think I just showed your character sheet to players.
They didn't see it.
Okay, good. Where the fuck? MIXXY. All right. What was I saying?
Talking about me and Ben Harp. Ben
Yeah.
Harp and me. I'm sorry.
So Ben Harp.
Mhm.
We're gonna get to you in a minute. What are you gonna do? While Ben Harp and the mayor are arguing, what are you doing? He did just intimidate the fuck out of you.
Yeah, he did. I'm like, well, maybe if I make myself useful, then he'll not be angry at me anymore. So while they're arguing, I'm going to try to take the seal ring off the finger.
You're going to.
Even
Oh
Get-
God!
manage
Okay,
that.
so
Well,
before you do something profoundly stupid,
okay.
I'm gonna ask you this question.
Yes.
You are going to get off the sofa, walk 20 feet across the room,
I see. Okay. I
pull
thought they
the
were a little
ring
more.
off of his finger,
Yeah.
which he is currently wagging at Ben Harp.
I was hopefully he had like dead hands. He was like doing this. I don't know. Okay. Well, then if in that case, do I see another seal ring anywhere? Could I like make a perception for it?
I will allow it.
Okay, fair enough. That's pretty good. That's 19 again, actually.
You don't notice a seal ring. You do notice a stamp, however. It is an ink stamp,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a stamp that looks larger but almost identical to the ring.
Okay. Where is it in the room?
On his desk, which is between Ben Harp and the mayor. The mayor is standing up against it almost, and Ben Harp is standing facing away, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm face to face with him.
You're face to face with him again?
Yeah. Okay.
So they're both standing up against the desk,
Okay.
arguing,
You would probably notice if I tried
which
to
is
take
about
the stand.
15. Yeah, like he was 20 feet away.
Mhm.
The desk, let's call it like a 2-foot wide desk, which would be equal to 5 feet if you're rounding up. So he's
Okay.
about 5 feet away from the desk. It was 25 feet to get to, or it was 20 feet to get to him. So 15 feet. It's a 15-foot walk from where you're sitting with Hestia to the desk.
Okay. Um, I okay. I have an idea. Okay, I whisper to Hestia. I said, "Hey, um, do you have Mage Hand?"
I do not.
Fuck. Okay.
I don't useful spells. I pick annoying ones.
Right. I don't know. You could have like do the poke the shoulder gag where you're like on the opposite side and they're like, huh? What?
Do I hear this?
Eh, I'm gonna
We're gonna
I-
find out in a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna go like, okay, well, can you cause like some kind of distraction of some kind while I try to take the stamp?
All right, so I need both of you to roll stealth.
Okay.
Stealth whispering. I'm gonna fail.
What were your rolls?
6.
Natural 20.
I rolled a natural 20 as well.
We gotta roll again?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
does Hestia need to roll again?
Hestia does not. She failed.
But I also didn't say anything important.
What'd you roll?
A
Shit.
20 collective.
Give me a second. I gotta open the character sheet. Because I rolled a 16. So I gotta find out if... Where's Deskel? There he is, right there. So... 16 plus 8, yeah. He heard you guys. He was like, excuse me.
Yes.
You do realize this is my office, correct?
Yeah.
Who else's would it be?
I know everything that goes on in my office.
Yes.
I don't want to hurt you,
Okay.
but
It's a relief.
I will, without hesitation.
Okay. I mean,
Stay seated unless you leave.
I'm actually going to get up. I'm going to stand up when he says that. And I'm going to walk out the door, and on my way there, I'm going to grab Rogar's shoulder and be like, you can come too.
I mean, I've been wanting to leave for a while, but you guys have just kind of been like,
Rogar's about halfway to the door.
I noticed. That's why I grabbed him.
I sort of I say to what's his name?
Deskel.
Deskel. I'm sorry.
There's no
Deskel. I'm an idiot. Deskel. I say to Deskel, "You're right. I'm so sorry. Here, let me just fix the cracks on the floor," and I proceed to just mend and like slowly walk my way out.
There's
mending
nothing
one.
wrong with this floor.
But you.
Perfect.
Oh well, I heard
It's.
you say.
I mean, it's.
I thought you said Rogar
Like you
made
hear.
some cracks.
You hear like.
Oh, okay. But not like actual.
It's great.
Like I mean, when you step on wood, that noise that it makes is the wood cracking.
Okay. I understand. I thought you meant literally cracking. Never mind.
No, not like snapping.
Okay.
If
Well,
that happened, I would have let you know.
Okay. do you mind if I take a look at one of the books?
You can sit and leave.
Hey.
I'm fond of leaving myself.
Ben Harb.
You two are both
Where are
gone.
you going? Bye.
I will just sit down and be very quiet and just listen to the conversation.
I just slowly
'Kay.
turn around back to Deskel. So how am I supposed to contact you?
He says, "Well, I've been thinking about that." And that's where we're going to take a break.
Okay.
I already know exactly how it's going to happen,
Okay.
but I need to pee really bad.
All
And
right.
we've been doing this for about 2 hours, like a little
Yeah.
under 2 hours.
Yeah, a little bit. All right.
Yeah. So we're going to take a
Explain us
break.
back
We're going
in,
to take about
like,
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
So at 10:20,
Latest.
we will be back.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it.
No.
That was
go
a great
home.
joke.
As of now, Rogar and Hestia have left the building, or not left the building, left the room. Now it is just Mixie, the newly discovered Mixie, and Ben Harp.
And I turned back towards Duskull, and I say, so how am I supposed to contact you?
I have in town a man who makes magical items that suit my needs. Recently, I have come across, or he, I should say, has come across the ability to use the sending spell across long distances without using any spells. He puts it into a ring, and then that ring will send information back and forth between the wearers. He has given me one. He has one. And I believe he has a few others. They have not been fully tested yet. That is why I have one. He holds up the ring that is on his finger, the seal
that I wanted.
Yeah. And he says, this has several uses now. One of them being the sending. I will have him give you one, and as long as you are in town, I will have at least one guard walk around with you, so that way you may move around town freely if you choose. I would ask that at latest tomorrow morning you leave for the chasm and figure out exactly where the dwarves, or what the dwarves are looking for, and where they have gone.
All right, sounds good enough. And I hold out my hand to shake one last time.
Okay, he shakes your hand. And he says, at least it's you, Ben Harp. Not some other fucking idiot.
Oh, you know you can trust me. And I slowly just start turning around and make my way
No, I
forward.
trust
Does
that
he
I
though?
can't.
Come along. I kind of just give a weird look to him, just Mixie. Just keep walking.
Yeah. All right.
And he says, good day,
Oh,
and turns,
where,
walks back towards.
Sorry, I turn around. Oh, right, of course. Where's that guy located?
I will have him see you in the tavern shortly.
Excellent. And I proceed to leave.
Good day.
Good day. And he turns around and he starts walking back towards the window. This is the tallest building in town, by the way, and he's looking over everything in the town.
Right.
You'll notice, I mean, you don't have to pull up the map, but you'll notice here is a storehouse, basically. Like it was at one point. Ben Harp, you know it to be a barn, but lately, for some reason, there are large crates and stuff outside of it. And there are people pulling and crates out and putting crates in.
Okay.
Where is it?
It's the building right next to the town hall, right here.
Okay.
So, you leave the room. How far down the stairs would you guys have gotten Hestia and Rogar?
I mean,
However
I
far
don't know.
Hestia dragged me.
I'm walking pretty fast. I'm irritated.
I'm trying to slow her down a little bit. Like, hey, shouldn't we wait for like the other two? Like, what if we can't be like separate?
We're just gonna be outside. That's all. If they come out of the building, they'll see
mean,
us.
Okay, but like, I don't think we're supposed to be outside though. Like, I don't. Pretty sure he said we're not supposed to yet.
I told Ben Hart.
Don't care.
I mean, like, yeah, but still.
Don't care.
I mean,
Okay.
Right.
Rogar, are you resisting in any way besides verbally?
a little bit. I'm just kind of
Okay, so
going slow.
you guys get about a floor further down than they would be by the time you reach the ground floor. Ben Harp, you see them as you're looking down over the banister, but they keep moving. And they get to the landing before you do and start walking towards the door.
Okay.
You reach the foot of the stairs as they're about 10 feet from the doorway.
I tell Ben Harp, when we go and get those rings, see if you can get blueprints for it, because would like to see if I could make some of those.
You're gonna have to talk to the man himself. I believe we're only getting one ring.
Well, let's see if we can get more than one.
I somehow doubted, and I keep walking.
Okay.
I'm gonna get outside, like outside the door. I'm stopping.
Okay. So as you get outside, there's about 4 guards out there, and they turn at attention, and then they see that you're there, and they relax, and they say, "Are you ready to go back?"
Speaking of that voice, what happened to our boy?
Oh boy.
He was in the tavern, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Left.
While you guys were in there, he was up and down, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Do Mixie and I make it to the guards as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 30 seconds after they walk out, you walk out.
Right. Okay. I look at them and say, well, take us back to the tavern if you can, gentlemen.
Very well. One of them looks up, or who is looking up, holds his hand out up to the air, and a piece of paper almost falls into his hand, like it materializes about 3 inches away from his fingertips, and he grabs the slip of paper and he reads it. He says, "I will be your escort if you choose to go anywhere. Would you guys like to go anywhere except for besides the tavern?"
I look to the other 3, like, questioningly.
I mean,
I'm pretty good, and we can go back to the tavern.
Ben Harp, you know about Traveler's Landing,
Yes.
if you would like to go there.
I meant to ask you about that. How does that work? I have to actually, like, set up a...
If you're gonna sell shit, you have to have shit to sell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but I can't just, like, leave something with someone to sell. Do I have to personally be there? Is my
It
question.
depends on if your contact is there. Like
Ben
if you have a friend there, then he might be able to sell something for you.
Okay.
I could sell repairs.
Not that kind of area.
No,
No?
that could go over,
Okay.
but
Well,
you wouldn't have the right certification and the I'm trying to think of what it is. Basically, like the shit that you would need to sell your product at the Traveler's Landing.
yeah,
License?
Not a
basically
license,
or
more of
permit.
it's like a permit / like advertisement.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go Let's go to Traveler's Landing. I tell the guards. If you could escort us there, that'd be splendid.
He says, "I will take you there. You three, um, you guys can go." And he shows them the slip of paper, which on the edges it looks burned,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in a very elvish font, but not elven script.
Right.
And it has the mayor's seal
Okay.
burned into it.
Right.
So
Can I read the script? You said it's in Elvish.
no, that it's like an elven. You know how
Elvish handwriting.
cursive has like a loopiness to it. Elvish has like a loopiness to
Okay, I
it,
gotcha.
but it's in common.
All right. Gotcha.
So, you guys travel to Traveler's Landing, which, if you'll zoom out all the way, you can see it. It's the weird T-shaped building, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he leads you there, and there are a number of merchants who have basically closed up shop, but they're still holding their stand.
Okay. I try and find the my dwarven friend.
Okay.
I look around to see if I can spot him.
Roll me a perception.
Oh, that's cocked. 15.
You see him. He's standing at the bar.
Oh, fantastic. Does he see me, or
Yes.
are we as lovers across a crowded room as we spot
No,
eyes?
shut the fuck up.
I walk forward with a big smile on my face, and I greet him. I'm guessing he's already drinking.
Yes, you can. You know him because he almost always has a tankard in his hand.
Right.
He says, "Ah, hello, boyo. How are
Hello.
you doing today?"
Hello, Margold. Passing through. We just went to see Veskel, or Deskel, sorry. I always get his name confused.
Ah, yes.
We've
I'm surprised he still lets me run this place.
so am I, honestly. He thinks dwarves are behind the chasm that's opened
Of
up.
course he does. He fucking hates them.
Well, we're being sent down to investigate.
Oh,
Right.
heard a
Yeah.
lot of horror stories from down there.
I'll let you
You
know if
might
any of
not
them are
want to
true.
go down.
No, I'll let you know if any of them are true. But before I go, and I take out the jeweled dagger that I got from the catacombs in Kultum, I ask,
Mm-hmm.
could you find this a home for me?
He says, He takes and
Yeah, I hand it over.
flips it around in his fingers. He looks it over. Says, "It's a very finely crafted dagger.
Yeah.
I'll see if old Seamus over there can do anything with it. Once, of course, this terrible lockdown is over with. By the way, how are you and your friends able to get here?"
Like I said,
Didn't-
I spoke with Veskel. Deskel. Damn it, I keep saying Veskel.
It's very wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
City's in a bit of a dire strait right now, and he needs me.
who's by Ben Harp right now?
I mean, I guess I am.
I'm just kind of perusing around the whole area.
Me.
Okay, we'll get to you, Rogar.
Mhm.
So, everybody except Rogar is hanging out.
Mhm.
He says, "By the way, how was your town doing? Have you heard anything back?"
I have not. From Kultum, we don't know. We just got here yesterday.
It was referring to Listel.
No, there's not been anything. No word yet.
Hopefully, it hasn't suffered the same that we have.
Right. That's my next destination.
It's a good plan. Um, I would say that there's quite a sale going on right now. If you're in need of supplies, people are desperate for coin.
That's how it is. No problem. Thank you for the heads up.
No problem, old friend.
I pat him on the shoulder and kind of take a look around.
What is his friend selling?
His friend is the owner. Like he owns. It's basically, what this is a giant bar / inn / hall. You see where Rogar's at? This area over here and this area over here is part of a hall, and on either side, there are booths set up where people can come in and sell their wares. This is where the merchants come.
Okay.
So he says, as you look around, you see that there are some vendors that sell, like jewelry and exotic fruits and animal meat. There's also an area that sells like weapons and armor, ammunition for ranged weapons, specialty weapons. There's a small forge set up in this corner up here. And, yeah.
Anything... Sorry, go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Anything that, like, I would be interested in, like, just stuff, like, that I can definitely tinker with to make other things.
What are you interested in?
I'm interested in just basically stuff with, gears and springs and metal and just stuff I can just sort of tinker apart and then make into something else.
You do see a watchmaker.
Okay.
He says, "Hello, how are you today?" He's dwarvish. He's dwarvish.
I'm doing pretty well. How?
He doesn't have a beard.
Okay.
Which is strange for a dwarf. Like he is a beardless dwarf.
Where is he specifically?
He's about no.
Okay, I'll go over here. If Ben, if you want to do what you want to do, and then I guess we can come back to me and just
we'll do that for everybody. Ben Harp, are you looking for anything specific? You've already given the dagger.
Yeah, a hand crossbow.
A hand crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
There is a vendor actually about where Rogar's at, who's selling weaponry, ranged weaponry.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll
Hestia?
move over there.
I'm gonna look around for handheld weaponry, like swords.
Swords. You're gonna want to go to the forge in the top corner. There's somebody banging out some pieces of metal. Rogar?
So like there.
Kind of just going up and down, looking for stuff. Nothing in particular. But if I see a battle axe, I'm gonna
I was gonna
check
say.
it out.
That's gonna be over by Hestia.
I guiltily remember that Rogar lost a battle axe.
Why guilty?
It's not your fault.
Oh,
It's my fault.
No, everything's my fault. Don't forget. So we'll start with Mixie.
Blame God for things.
All right. Cool. So what kind? Is he just a watchmaker, or does he have a cat? Does he have?
Hello.
Hello. So apart from watches, what other kinds of clocks do you have?
I have small, I have large. He holds out a large clock, which is about the size of the clock that you fixed earlier. It's about 12-inch diameter. The He says, I have everything from watches to clocks. The smallest watch he holds up is about an inch wide, and he says, I'm afraid they're not very reliable, however. I don't make these, I just sell them.
Oh, that's fair. Who makes them?
A watchmaker out of Glistoop.
Glistoop. Okay. Well, fair enough.
Glistoop. Yes. GLS.
Glistoop.
GLSTOOP.
Okay, got you. How does he have them set up? Are they like in like little boxes or stuff, or?
They're in glass cases.
I see. How many, not watches but clocks does he have?
He has about 20 clocks.
How much is it for one clock?
Well, these are quite hard to make, from what I understand. One is about 40 gold.
40 gold?
Yes.
Are those reliable?
Yes. The
That
larger
sounded
ones.
quite hesitant.
The larger ones are more reliable than the smaller.
I see.
The smaller you get, the less reliable the gear can be.
Yeah, that's fair. That's very true. All right. I'll look. I'll level with you. I am looking to get some of these clocks, not for the purpose of actually keeping track of time, but I'm very interested in clock parks. I see I'm a tinkerer, and I'm looking to just sort of,
Oh, yes.
so I'm sort of just trying to get, some parts so that way I can work on some
Like,
creations.
just sell spare parts.
Oh, now we're talking. Okay, cool. All right.
I have spare parts in case anything breaks. Well, I immediately after I sell something, if it doesn't work, I have to fix it. So if you'd like some spare parts, just tell me what you want, and I can give you a price.
A small box of spare parts would be great.
A small box would be about. It's hard to tell. What exactly are you looking for?
I'm
Like small gears, like obviously, but how big are we talking about? Like 3mm?
Yeah, just different sort of size gear. The biggest would be maybe like circumference-wise, the size of the snowball, and then stuff smaller than that.
That
and
was
then
loud.
Sorry.
So probably that looked like it was about 3 inches across.
Mm-hmm.
So like a 3-inch to a millimeter, or not a millimeter, like a 3mm, because 3mm would be about the smallest clock parts that he would have. Any watch parts he would not have,
Okay.
because that's just too far beyond his skill level.
Apart from gears, does he have anything like the chains and
He has springs. He has small, almost like a bike chain.
And does he also have like some metal casings like that would go around the clock to keep all the parts together as well?
He has some metal housings. Yes.
Yes, I would like sort of like a box of that.
He says, well, I could do that for about 15 gold.
15 gold. Great. Well, I mean, just so I know, how much would that be? How much stuff would I get for 15 gold?
You'd probably get, in reference to what your cup thing costs. The first one costs about 5. The second one costs about 3.
Okay. Well, just sort of like, okay, so he's offering 15 gold. How much in, like, I guess pounds would it be getting in parts?
Oh, pounds? About 5.
5
or
pounds
6.
worth. 5 or 6 pounds. That's pretty good. I can make some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. 15
You can
gold.
make probably 5 of the original cup, like walking cup that you had.
Okay.
out of that 15 gold, or that 5 pounds. Because I mean, like the mechanism you made would have cost about a pound. The second one would have cost like three gold worth.
Fair
So
enough. So, like, okay, that's cool because I'm probably not going to be making the cup exactly, but that's good to know. All right, I give him.
I'm just giving that as a reference.
Yeah, absolutely. I say, yeah, absolutely fine. That would be great. Thank you so much. 15 gold is perfectly fine.
Not a problem. Thank you for your business.
No,
And
no.
if you ever need anything like this, be sure to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I get your name?
My name is Krill.
Krell.
Krill Brownbeard.
All right. How do you spell that first name? Is it Crell?
K.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
And 1 L.
Ah, okay, interesting.
I now have to write that down.
List of names not to forget.
NPCs we will only see once.
I know. I would hope we would come back to this place. What was the name of that town again?
Glestoop.
Okay.
GLESTOOP.
All right, Krell. Well, thank you again.
You're welcome. What is your name, sir?
Mixie.
Nice to meet you, Mixie.
Nice to meet you too. You have a good day.
You too.
And I'll go ahead and just walk over to where Hestia is.
Okay. Benhart.
All right. You said I found someone selling ranged weaponry.
Yeah.
Specifically, any hand crossbows.
He said, "Yes. How may I help you?"
Hello, my name's Ben Harp. Do you have
Hello,
any,
Ben Hop.
Do you have any? Hand...
He is a wood elven male.
Okay. Do you have any hand crossbows that you're selling?
Let me look in my stock. And he opens up a bag, and he looks in there, and he reaches in, and then he pulls out a halfway decent hand crossbow. Like there's nothing wrong with it,
Yeah.
as you can tell.
I
I
would
mean,
like to.
it looks perfect almost.
I would like to look it over.
Okay.
Very carefully.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Since there's no appraisal,
Yeah. 17.
the wood is slightly stressed
And
on the actual bow itself, like on the tension rods.
I look back to him without trying to let any of that appear on my face. I ask you, possibly have anything a bit fancier?
Just maybe. Hang on a second. And he pulls open the bag again, and he reaches his hand in there and he roots around for a second, and he pulls one out. It's got golden metalwork, like you can very clearly tell it's gold plated.
Yeah.
But all of the metal on it is gold plated.
Okay. And I would like to inspect this one as well.
Okay.
That is 16.
16. This one, the wood is not as stressed, but it is in fairly decent condition. It's in better condition than the other one, but the other one's not in the worst condition ever.
Right.
They'll both fire effectively.
Okay. How much for the regular one?
Regular one? Hang on, I forgot my. Let me get my PHB real quick. Fuck you.
Gene, why are you asking questions?
Why are you asking me questions like this? I mean, fucking look at Baylor. He asked me a
Putting
question
you on the spot.
about something that's not inside of the PHB,
Make up
and I was able to
prices.
make something up about
You
it.
can make up prices.
I mean, I can make up
300
prices,
gold.
300
but this is something.
gold.
$5 million.
dollars.
I was
300,
gonna go there, and then Baylor beat me to it. You son of a
300
bitch.
platinum.
Yeah. 300 copper pennies, a groat,
Two,
and 3 silver stars.
2 electrum. Well, fuck.
That will be 25 gold. No, I'm kidding.
You
Hand
just gave that
crossbow. Oh,
Game of Thrones currency. I'm proud of myself.
oh. So that'll be about 80 gold pieces.
I would like to insight check him.
Okay.
Do I have insight? No, I have no insight. That's 19.
Okay. He's driving the price up a little bit.
Okay.
This is. What was your investigation on this first one? I forgot.
On the first one, I believe it was 17 and 16 on the second one.
Okay. Maybe it's worth 70,
How many did he say?
80.
80. I'll tell you what, friend. You throw that to me for 65, and I will purchase 20 bolts to go with it. And I would like to try and persuade him,
Okay, roll me in persuasion.
if I may. That is 18.
Damn, you beat him by 1. He says, "Tell you what, roll that 65 up to an even 70, and you have yourself a deal, my friend."
Sounds good to me. And yeah, I wait for him to produce some crossbow bolts.
He reaches back in the sack, and he pulls out a box,
Okay,
full of 20 crossbow bolts.
nice. And how much for the bolts?
Bolts came with it.
Oh, just coming with it. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I slide him 70 gold pieces.
Thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure
And he
doing
puts it
business.
in. He slides it off the edge of the table, and it disappears.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Like it doesn't fall. It doesn't
Right.
hit the ground.
It just kind of vanishes. Interesting. Alrighty. Yeah, I stow that away and I make my way back over towards Rogar, Hestia, and Blot.
Okay. So Hestia and Rogar. Let's start with Hestia.
Okay.
You see a dark elf
Ooh.
who is pounding away.
I'm surprised he let him work there as well.
He has these very thick, black, like goggles on, and he's just pounding away at some metal.
I'm impressed at the way he's dealing with 5 things. I blush a little.
He does have a thick leather apron on and some very thick leather gloves. He's holding the metal with tongs.
So basically, he's very thick.
Like, yeah, I mean, kinda.
I'm not
He
gonna
doesn't
interrupt
notice
him.
you approach.
I'm afraid that if I startle him, he's gonna hurt himself.
So he's banging on the metal, ting, 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 and he flips it over, ting, ting, ting. He does this for about 5 minutes. Rogar, you get there right after Hestia. Are you gonna do anything?
What was that?
You get there right after Hestia starts. Well, yeah, you would get there right after Hestia, witnessing this dark elf banging away at some metal.
All right.
Yeah.
Lauren, do you want to go first, or?
She's
I
fine.
said I didn't want to interrupt him because I was afraid that he might hurt himself if I startled him.
All right.
Being experienced with fire and all.
Does he have his wares set out on the table or anything, or?
He has a bunch of dull swords and stuff on a stand.
Mhm.
It looks like they're all done quenching and they're currently cooling. So yeah.
I'm gonna look around a little bit more, see if I see anything that catches my eye.
At other stands.
Yeah.
Okay. So Hestia, Rogar walks up behind you, and then walks away.
I understand how
Walk away.
shopping works. I understand
Give me a stealth check, Hestia.
stealth. I'm not trying to be stealthy.
And she walks
No.
away.
Then give me it with disadvantage.
Okay.
That was a joke for
Damn,
Gene.
one of those is a nat 20, but the disadvantage stealth is a
Nat one.
no, it's a
Fuck you.
15.
15. He says, "Can I help you?" As he continues banging on the metal.
I go, oh good. And I'm looking for something a little more substantial than what I have right now. I have a dagger and a rapier, but I want something that does a little more damage.
He says, "Elaborate," as he continues smashing the metal.
Being that I don't use these very often, I'm not quite sure what more to tell you.
What did you have in mind when you say substantial?
I don't know, something somebody isn't gonna laugh at.
He stops banging on the metal, and he puts it into the coals, and puts the hammer down and the tongs down, and then he takes off his gloves and pulls off his apron. He turns around. He is quite handsome, although scarred. Like he has very nice facial features besides several scars on his face. They don't look like burn scars. They look like cuts. One of his eyes is bleach white. And he says, "I need to know what you're looking for before I can make you anything."
Am I
Why
there
you
yet?
gotta make this hard for me?
Hmm?
Why do you gotta make this hard for me?
Am I there yet?
I mean, that's my job. I make weaponry. If it's not hard, then it doesn't do its job. Innuendo. At this point,
Dog.
Ben Harp. At this point, Ben Harp and Minx roll up, or
I
Mixie
go,
roll up.
hi, I want a rapier.
I
look at Ben Harp and I go, I don't know what I want. Help.
That sounds like a you problem. I look to the drow, or the dark elf, and I go, I want a rapier.
He says, "Well, I have a selection," and he points at the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He says he also has a selection, and he points to another guy who is currently sharpening weapons on a rolling whetstone.
Okay. I just take a passive look over the,
Okay.
the
Are
items.
you looking for something ornate or bland or
Pretty basic. Pretty basic.
basic?
Something actually possibly silvered.
Silvered.
Yeah. Silvered rapier.
I can
possibly.
silver something for you.
If
I
We don't
hear
have any silvered weapons that we carry standard. We would have to make something special for you. But we could do it.
I would like to commission you to do so while I am gone. In the meantime, I will take a standard rapier.
All right. You were saying something, Baylor?
yeah, I was
Sorry.
just gonna. It's okay. I was just gonna ask, like, do you make also holsters for weapons?
Absolutely.
Could you make it a holster and I show them the thunder cannon for this to make it easier to draw out?
He reaches out. The thunder cannon is a what?
It's basically sort of like a. It's almost weird. It's sort of like
Is it a blunderbuss?
No, it's like a. I guess it is. It's hard to describe it. They don't.
Think about how to describe it. I'll get back to you. You look across and you see on the sharpening stone side, you see a nice rapier that is very basic.
Mhm.
It's basically just metal
Yeah.
rods that surround your hand. The guy with the whetstone
Mhm.
notices you. He says, "You like that one there, do you?"
I do. I'll take it.
He is a what's it called? Oh, God damn it. A tiefling. There we go.
Okay.
He says, "You'll take that one." And he reaches it off the wall
Mhm.
and he takes and whips it around and he looks at it and he looks at it and makes sure it's straight. And then he takes and grabs the tip and the handle and he bends it a little bit and he looks at it and he says, "Yeah, this is a pretty decent one." And he flips it over and hands it to you
Mhm.
while he's holding the blade.
Yeah, I carefully take it. How much? I ask, inspecting it over.
So this one will be about 30 gold.
Sounds fine with me, and I reach into my pouch and I hand him 30.
Just thank you very much. Would you like it sharpened first?
Oh, that'd be great.
Free of charge.
That'd be great.
All right. He puts it in his pocket. He says, "Wouldn't let you leave with a dull sword now, would I? Unless you were a child." And then he starts up his whetstone rolling and he gets to sharpening it. He says, "It'll be about 25 minutes."
No problem.
So I have a description. It's basically sort of like a pump shotgun.
So it's like a blunderbuss. A blunderbuss is a shotgun, basically.
Fair enough.
This is why you need to send me your. This is why you need me to send me your archetype. So yeah. He grabs it from you and he looks at it. He says, "I could What was that?
That was
Anyway.
my go. Really, where'd that go?
He says, "I could modify." It needs to stop. Who's doing that?
I think that's Evan.
Don't know where it'd be at going from.
Anyway, he grabs it and he says, "I could modify a claymore sheath into something that would hold this. Basically, it would be 2 pinches that held it at the top and the bottom, so that way you could just slide it in and out. Those pinches would be lined with a fur that would hold it in place when you're not pulling it in or out."
Okay. And where would this go? Would this go on like the side or like my bag? Or
It could go wherever you want. Where would you want it? How long is
Uh,
this? How long is this thing? Is
it's
it like
basically it's a two-handed thing.
It's a 2-handed shotgun, so it would have to go on your back.
Okay, yeah, but
There's
but
no
would
way
it
it could
be
go on your side.
would it be easier if I get this? Would it be easier to sort of pull it back and pull it out again?
Yeah, I mean it's a pinch, so like imagine your like make a U with your hand, and then imagine the inside of it lined with like a fur, and then it's just friction holding it in.
Okay.
So like it's a wool lining on a U piece of metal that flexes slightly.
Definitely would be interested in that if it makes it more accessible for the gun.
I could work on that for you. It'd be about let's go 10 gold.
Yeah, sure.
I'll have to go find some wool so that I could do that. Give me about a day, maybe 2. It's hard to go find wool when this is the only place you can go.
If I can give you an extra 5 gold, could it be ready tomorrow.
Roll me a persuasion.
Okay.
If you didn't roll a 1, you won.
Okay, I didn't roll one. I rolled a 18.
I rolled a 2. And he doesn't have a plus. So yeah, he says, "Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, I'll make it out of cloth if I have to."
Fair enough.
He says he opens up, or he pulls his apron over his head so that you can see the inside of the neck portion. And he says, "Damn, I'll pull this off. Give me an extra 5 gold." Because the inside of his apron has like some wool on it.
Sure.
It's all right. He throws it over his head, and he walks away from the forge over to a different part of the tavern. Specifically over here. He talks to a guy. The guy hands him like a giant handful of like wool fiber in cloth form. Hestia?
I figured it out.
Yay!
It took me a minute. I'm
There you
going to tell the dark elf. I'm actually
He's gone now.
pretty used to this
You're
rapier.
gonna have to go
Yeah,
over
what?
to the you're gonna have to go over to the tiefling now.
Okay, well, I'll go over him. That's fine. Whatever. I'm gonna tell him I'm actually pretty used to this rapier that I already have. Is there anything that you could do to make it better?
He grabs it from you and he whips it around and he says, "Well, part of the problem is this thing is too heavy. It's got a lot of metal on it. It's a very thick rapier. Most rapiers are very thin and very light. This one is made closer to a short sword or a long sword. And the fact that it's heavy and stiff, whereas rapiers are supposed to be thin and flexible. So what I can do is I can shave some of that metal off," and he pats his whetstone, his whetstone wheel, and he says, "I can shave some of that metal off, sharpen this for you, which it needs that anyway, and make it a little bit lighter for you when you wield it."
You know what? That would be great, considering I'm not that strong to begin with. Anything lighter is gonna help.
It's called 3 gold. And what are you doing this evening?
I'm actually slated to perform at the tavern later.
We're at a tavern now. How convenient.
She's not used to being flirted with.
He's not like rugged like the dark elf. He has two horns about a foot long that have like weird spiral bends in them.
Did you order pizza? You didn't order pizza.
Somebody ordered
I didn't order pizza. Yeah. Anyway, so he's got like spiral horns, and he's like kind of rugged, like a little bit roguish. I'm sorry, not rugged, roguishly handsome. He's got kind of spiked canines, and I keep miming stuff, and I realize that that's the
There's no hope for
stupidest thing I can do when my webcam doesn't fucking work. He's rather muscular, working with metal and stuff all day. So
Get it? Get it?
I'm gonna lean over the table. I'm supposing we're standing across from each other.
No, there's no table.
There's no table. Well, I'm gonna lean forward regardless, and I'm going to I say, well, my friends and I are actually in kind of a hurry, but I'm gonna look around and see if there's paper anywhere, any paper.
You see like Tinder.
She turns around and Ben Harp's holding a piece of paper.
Are you really holding a piece of paper?
Sure, I have paper.
I'm gonna take the paper from him and supposedly a pen.
Yeah, I'm just holding it.
And I'm
Paper
gonna,
and
I'm gonna
quill,
write down
and
the
he's
name of the
holding out a
tavern.
little bottle of ink.
Just dabbing the
I'm
quill
going
for
to
you.
quickly scribble the name of the tavern we're staying at and my name on it, and I'm gonna hand it to him.
Okay.
You know, the old-timey way of giving out your phone number.
So he takes and grabs it, and he looks at it, and he says, Hestia, that's a beautiful name.
Considering it's the goddess of the hearth,
Oh.
yes, I think you would think it was.
And look at that, the only other inn in town. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He says that kind of sarcastically. Like,
That's okay.
fucking really?
I'm used to sarcasm.
And he says, once this lockdown's over, I'll come see you, I guess. And he just kind of, he gives you like a, what do you want me to do?
What? I hope you all realize this is how I flirt in real life, too.
You're blowing it.
Um,
Blowing it.
he looks at you and says, well, you appear to be able to move around freely. And
You know, I can't.
I'm not allowed to
I can
leave
send
this
somebody
building.
to come get you.
Maybe?
Or I could come back later, catching the hint.
Yeah, that would probably work out better for both of us.
Yeah, I'll come back after we're done gathering supplies for our trek into the chasm.
He says, and I'll have this rapier ready for you.
I hope you have a couple other things.
And he
I
ready.
winks.
chime in and mine too, right?
He winks.
Good. The entire
He
time
looks at you, Ben
my
Harp.
My
Or he doesn't.
flaming hair thing is super out of control.
He doesn't look at Ben Harp. He just kind of waves his hand at you, and he says, "Yours will be ready in 25 minutes." And he says,
I love it.
"I look forward to seeing you tonight."
You're an adult.
You too. And I embarrassedly shuffle off.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Rogar's just looking for a battle axe he can buy on the cheap.
I'm gonna
He ain't looking
shuffle
for
over
much.
to Rogar.
You don't see any real decent battle axes except for the ones over by the forge.
I'll walk over to those then.
So you walk over about the time that she's walking away.
All right. It's the dark elf by the forge, right?
Yes. No, not right. Not anymore. He walked away.
It's the tiefling.
That's a tiefling, yeah.
All right. Hi.
Hi.
I pull out my axe. Do you have anything like, I don't know, like not kind of, I don't know the right way. Do you have anything like as good as this, if or better?
I'm sure we have
Pull out
better.
my axe. I mean,
It's
I'm
kind
not.
of rough. He holds his hand out to it.
I hand it to him.
He looks at it. He swings it one-handedly for a second. He says, "Could probably sharpen this for you. It looks a little dull." He runs his thumb along it.
Yeah, I was fighting a bunch of dead things and
That's
it's
incredible.
Not much.
Do you want to sharpen it
It's
now?
hitting a lot of bone. Yes, please.
All right. That'll be a gold piece.
All right. I'll give him gold.
Okay. He takes
A
it,
single gold.
and he continues sharpening Ben Harp's rapier.
Cool.
He says, "I'll be
Alright,
done with this in about 20 minutes."
All right. Did he have
Your
another?
axe will only take me about 2, 3. So
Did
come
he
back
have
in
a,
25 minutes.
Did he have a battle axe that he was selling?
He says, yes, you can look at the wall. There are about 5 battle axes,
I'll take them
all
all.
of varying quality. Let's get an investigation out you.
All right. That is a natural 20. All right.
Nice.
I was worried because I have a -1 to that too.
You see a battle axe with dwarvish ruins on it.
Ooh.
Dwarvish runes. I'm sorry, not ruins.
That wasn't gonna correct you.
Flub that one. So you grab that one off the wall.
Pick it up and give it a swing.
Okay. High or low?
High.
It's like lighter than air. It's so easy to swing. You're swinging it one-handed, like you're swinging a thin twig. Just
Damn.
Damn.
he's looking at you like, what the fuck?
This one's nice, but is this metal?
Because yeah.
Is
Yeah,
this
it
like,
is.
is this like heavy metal?
It's like this is really light. Like I'm kind of strong, but like not to toot my own horn, but like this is really light. I don't.
He reaches out his hand and he goes, let me see that.
I'll hand it to him.
Okay. Give me a second.
Like I'll toss it.
He grabs it and he, like, you can visibly see his shoulders drop. Like he's holding something heavy, and then he takes and swings it with 2 hands, and it very clearly turns his body. Like the mass of it turns his body.
Yeah.
And he's like, how are you swinging this so easily?
I don't know. Let me see it again.
He holds it back to you with 2 hands.
All right, I'll take it with both hands.
It's nothing.
I'll switch back to the one hand and I'll do a few more swings.
Like where he's swinging it, you're just
Jesus.
back and forth with it with one hand,
Get it.
and he's
Is
just gaping, looking at you like, what the
this
fuck?
not normal? I'm
He's
kind of
like,
afraid.
That's a very special battle axe, my friend.
Get
Clearly.
It. Get it.
100 gold.
Let me check my items, see if I can barter this shit, 'cause I don't have that much money.
How much you got?
You
I
did
have-
just get 350 gold from the mayor,
Okay, hold on.
or 375 gold.
I was about to say, don't short us anything.
Oh, you know what? You need to chill out.
I'm sure 100 of that can go towards this fine blade.
Is that okay with the party?
I'm totally okay with that.
I'm totally supporting of this investment.
All right, I'll do
You
that then.
deserve nice things.
It's a dwarven rune
Oh.
battle axe. Hell yeah.
I'll bring out the bottle of wine I got from the inn and say, is this gonna like drop the price any?
This is
Some wine I got.
no.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna hold on to the collective 375 in my haversack,
I'm cool with that.
and I hand you the 100 that you need.
All right, I count it out and hand it to him.
Okay. He takes it and he goes, thank you very much. Would you like me to sharpen it?
I'll run my finger along the blade. Is it sharp or is it dull?
It is razor sharp.
I think I'm good.
I think I'm good, guy. He says, like, pointing a finger at him, and it's clearly bleeding.
Just a small cut in the middle of my thumb. I think I'm good. I'm keep it like this. This is
He
good.
he reaches out and runs his thumb across it, and like he runs you can visibly see him push his thumb into the blade and run it across, and he just looks at it, and he's like, "This is dull."
Just cut my
How the-
thumb on it.
He's like, he takes his hand and he pushes it up against the blade, and it's nothing. Like he's running his hand along a smooth piece of stone, and he's like, "This did nothing. How are you bleeding?" He takes and like pokes you, and he goes, "Is there something wrong with your skin?"
I don't. Ben Harp, you're smart. What's going on?
Try pushing.
I,
Try holding the blade and pushing it up against him.
I would like to.
I think that's assault.
I would like to.
No,
inspect.
it's fine.
I would like to inspect the blade.
This
If I
sounds
could.
like the time I
Okay.
tried to touch a werewolf with my silver sword.
You mean David?
That is.
fuck.
I
that was a
forgot
while ago.
about David.
That
You
is
should.
a 21
21.
on investigation to check this thing out to ascertain any kind of information about it.
Investigation.
Yeah.
What languages do you speak?
One sec. God damn it. Where is it?
It's cool.
Don't
I'll
you speak
wait.
Dwarvish?
Yeah, Common, Celestial, and Dwarvish.
Okay. These are dwarvish runes, obviously.
Yeah.
Basically, what this is it's a very fine, very ornate, and fuck, what's it called? Magical. Duh, you dipshit. Battle axe.
Okay.
What it does, you cannot rightly tell right now.
Could I do an Arcana check? Or would I have to wait?
Yes.
Alright.
Who just turned the volume on and I can hear myself.
Could I help him?
That might
Like,
have been
give him advantage?
He called it kind of quickly.
That is 25.
25.
Was
All right,
almost-
I will
almost
have
was
what
almost
it
an
does in the next 5 or so minutes.
Gotcha.
All right.
I'm looking for an appropriate effect.
Take your time. Ben Harp, this axe like, it's so light.
I'm just holding it in my hands, like looking at it, like just mind being blown. I'm like, I know, it's weird.
It's weird.
This axe is
I
tripping
just-
me out, man.
You're
Just
holding it,
bought this.
Yeah, no,
and
like
it weighs like so much.
No, I know. I'm just like barely like holding it in my hands, like it's tripping me out, man.
It's like, I don't see why you guys are having trouble with it. I don't see why I'm not having trouble. I'm so confused.
Should we call it an episode here? Because it's almost getting midnight.
We'll
as
get
well.
to it in a minute.
Okay.
Shit, you're right.
I mean, we're wrapping up.
Didn't realize how late it was. Shit.
All right, I know what it is.
Good thing it's the weekend.
Right?
I'm gonna go wander around and look at like. You said
Are you
people
looking
were
for
selling-
anything specifically?
You said that people were selling jewelry, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go look around and see if there's anything that would make me look way more attractive than I am right now
Get all
because I just
get
made
all-
a fool of myself.
get all glitzed up for your date.
There is.
You're supposed to tell me I'm pretty the way I am.
I'm not your boyfriend.
Ben Harp thinks everyone's beautiful, but jewelry can't hurt.
My dead son was beautiful.
I never said he was dead.
He said he was lost. Lost.
My lost son is beautiful. My
miss
son
him.
I lost.
I miss him so much.
My MIA son was beautiful.
Jesus
I-
Christ. it's
I
got
call
dark.
him Mia
It's so fucking dark.
nowadays.
His name was Ken Harp. I loved him and my beautiful wife, Jen Harp.
Fucking hate you. Fucking hate you so much. God damn it. You bastard.
Ben Jen Ken Harp.
And our dog,
Oh, God
Max.
damn it. All right, so I'm gonna describe the battle axe a little bit better.
Okay.
Um,
Sorry. Go ahead.
It caught your eye specifically because of the black wooden handle.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It had a silver cord. Like it's not real silver, but it's like a silver looking cord that runs all the way up it.
Mm-hmm.
Regard doesn't know.
At the head, the actual blade itself is red.
Ooh.
It's a vicious weapon.
Kinky.
When you roll a 20 on an attack roll with this magic weapon, your target takes an extra 7 damage
Ooh.
of the weapon's type.
Nice.
So you have a vicious battle axe.
Nice.
That's like a D12, right?
That's a D10.
You're thinking of great axe.
D10 with 2 hands, D8 with 1 hand.
Man,
You're thinking of the great axe.
you're right. You're right.
I look to the tiefling and I go, well, we'll take it as it is.
Says, all right, whatever you say.
And I
Go
like,
down.
and I like, here you go. To
I'll
Rogar.
take it and put it on my belt loop.
You grab it again,
Yeah.
and as you put it, it's not a, well, it could be a belt loop type thing. As you put it in your belt loop, you hear in your mind,
Yes.
Sentient weapon.
Ooh. I'm excited.
Whoop, whoop.
And that's how
are
the
you
party
excited
died.
about a sentient
I'm
weapon at
excited.
level
I am
4?
Yes.
Super excited about being.
You guys are
being
fucking
fucked with.
masochists.
We all want it, man. We all want
I
it.
cannot wait.
Anyway, so is there anything else you guys want to look for? Lauren, you able to find some jewelry? What are you looking for specifically?
Some rubies to go with that fire.
You know what? I was just thinking, like fire opals or rubies of some sort.
Or ambers.
Shouldn't have closed the DMG. There's a whole bunch of opals and shit in here.
She's looking for a black sapphire.
She's looking for a black Sabbath, is all I heard.
That's it. That is 100% it.
I'm also looking for anyone
Somebody
that
find me
buys
Mr. Crowley.
anything cosmetic related.
All right, so I'm gonna name some stuff.
Cool.
Azurite. It's a opaque blue,
Nope.
deep opaque blue.
We're looking for red.
Oh, okay, red. Hang on a second.
So she can be
Carndelion.
ready.
It's an opaque orange to red brown.
Get some greens in there. That'll help the red and orange pop.
There's malachite, which is an opaque, striated light and dark green.
Jasper?
Basically, it's all like, what stones do you want put in it, and then he'll put them in the housings. So you said you want red. I'm looking for red. Hang on a second.
Does he have lab created stones? Those are cheaper.
No, he does not. These are all naturally occurring stones. He is a dwarf.
There's a lot of dwarves in here for the amount of hate they get in this town.
Look how close the dwarven city is. There's a star rose quartz.
What color is that?
It's rosy stone with white star-shaped center.
Sure, that sounds like fun.
Okay. So like there's one star-shaped thing right in the middle, like right below your chin. Do you want anything else surrounding it?
No, simple is good. Simple is good.
Okay. Thin chain or thick chain?
Thin chain.
Okay. He says it'll be about 60 gold, please.
My brain hurts. I'm gonna look over my shoulder at Ben Harp. It's pleading in my eyes.
Make a persuasion check against me.
A persuasion.
Yeah.
You have a high charisma. It shouldn't be high.
I've got a pretty high fucking charisma.
What would I make against this, Frenchie?
Call it insight, I guess.
Insight. Okay. That one.
I got a 16, so.
I reach into the bag and I hand her 100 pieces.
You feel like a really important person having this bag full of money, and you're just like, I just helped get a magic weapon for my friend, and then she holds out her hand like this, and you just automatically just reach into that pouch and be like, how much do you need? 60? Boom.
Perfect.
And you drop it into her palm. She's just like, thank you. And then you realize she just grabbed a necklace. And you're like, oh, fuck.
No, he knew what I was getting. He knew.
Oh, God.
Not with a natural one, he didn't.
No. I just saw puppy dog eyes and I'm like, oh.
He just saw a handout. If it was some rando, he would have been like, here's some money, bitch. Boom. You homeless? Bah.
Buy your mother a house.
Don't worry, I'll pay you back a little bit whenever I play at the tavern this evening.
Thank you. I look around and I would
Man,
like
that
to
orc's
see,
gonna be so excited.
I would like to see if I could find any
Tiefling,
daggers.
isn't it?
Not at your tavern.
Oh.
Not at the Manchester Tavern.
Oh.
So what were you saying?
I'd like to look around and see if I can find any display of daggers.
They have daggers at the forge area.
Yeah, the same forge area. Okay, can I just look it over?
Yep. Investigation?
Yeah.
Perception?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I made you do, Evan.
I think you...
What do you mean?
Investigation? To
Investigation.
look at
It was
the-
investigation.
It was investigation, yeah.
Okay. Okay. That is 19.
19?
Yeah.
You're able to find some really nice daggers. There's two of them that specifically catch your eye. They're very well made.
Mhm.
They're it almost looks like there was no work done to them.
In what way?
Like they were just found this way.
Interesting. I would like to take a step forward and closely examine them.
Okay. These are two keen daggers.
Two keen daggers.
Mhm.
Do
Everybody else has something cool, and mine is just pretty.
I just got like
This is what you choose to spend
scrap
money
and,
on.
like
You look your best, girl. That's all it is. Do I know like the difference between a keen dagger and a regular dagger?
You get a +1. Or no. Hang on a second. I'm looking for the thing. Oh wait, it's a fine dagger. I'm sorry. It's F.
Fine.
I was looking in the wrong area.
These daggers be fine.
This is why you should read the book, friends, and have shit prepared.
Correct.
So I'm gonna roll a d4.
Mhm.
These daggers are +2.
Oh,
Nice.
to attack and damage.
Yes.
I look over at the tiefling and I'd be like, I'll ask, how much for the pair of these?
Says, well, about 200 gold together, 150 apart.
That's a tough one. Would you be willing to trade? And I take out my 3 daggers that I have on me.
He looks at you dumbly.
I clarify, just to bring the price down a little bit.
Okay. So 150.
Mhm.
Now down to 144.
God damn it. The dagger's really just 2 gold apiece.
I just looked at it.
Oh, okay. Damn. I really want these,
I quickly scamper back over and give him my change. Because you gave me 30 extra gold.
but... Right.
Okay.
I'm an honest person.
Kinda. Sorta.
Sort of, kind of.
Meh. Lauren, you're out of frame.
You're like a Diglett on the screen.
It is late.
Yeah.
Alright.
Trying to wrap this up.
I begrudgingly hand over 200 gold pieces.
He says, "Thank you very much, friend."
Yeah.
He takes the bag. I assume you give him a bag.
Yeah.
No, he hands it all to him one at a time.
Yeah, I exchange it for copper and come back and just...
So you guys get back around dinner time to the tavern, the
All right.
Manchester Tavern. No. Yeah. He takes the bag and he weighs it in his hand. Fucking attaches it to his waist, and then he throws his coat over it. He has like an overcoat.
Okay.
So if this was Skyrim, we would steal that back.
So anybody else gonna do anything?
No, that's it for me.
I'm just clutching my necklace to my chest, looking extremely pleased with myself.
Did I ever get my thing for my gun?
He says he'll have it in the morning.
Oh, okay.
I assume I grabbed my axe before we left.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool.
Alright.
I'll be back for my rapier later.
I
He looks at you
excitedly-
and winks. He says, "I'll have yours in probably like another 20, 30 minutes. I don't fucking know." He's not really paying attention to you. He keeps looking at Hestia.
I just rummage through my exciting new box of toys.
Okay. You look through it and you're like a child with Legos. You're like, yes, there's so many things I can do with this.
So
Yeah.
much space for activities.
So, so much more space for activities. So you guys go back to the Manchester Tavern, and it's about 4 o'clock, so 4 in the afternoon. So we'll call it there,
Alrighty.
and I guess we'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for playing. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
All 4 of you. No.
So we had 8
There was
at
10.
one point, so
There
that's
was
pretty
10
good.
at one
Yeah.
point.
10
There was 10 at one point.
Yeah, that was nice.
But I mean, no,
Thanks everybody for stopping by.
Mm-hmm.
Check out people.
Check out people.
Check out
Bring
our
people.
sponsors, Cognitive Merchant, Gameplaywear, and
Dark Silver Forge.
Dark Silver Forge.
Yeah, guys.
With the promo code what is it?
B&B Tavern.
BNB or B and B?
I don't know.
N as in Nancy.
Gotcha. B&B
Nancy. Bart Nancy Bart Tavern.
Alright,
Why
guys.
did I pick Bart Simpson? Don't know.
Y'all have a
It
good
works.
night.
Bill, Ned, Bob Tavern.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Later.
Have a good one.